You were
Yeah,
distracted.
we're live.
Okay, we have to do an introduction. I always forget those. Okay, hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm here with Rani again, and today we're lamenting and or celebrating our exam results.
There's not a lot to celebrate though.
And to make ourselves feel better, we each have Jenever.
I'm
Oh,
probably gonna drink this entire bottle by myself.
well, you won't be by yourself. You'll be with me.
Okay, yeah. That already makes me feel better about it.
So you have the chocolate one, and
Yes.
I have the vanilla one.
Well,
The
you said the
chocolate one's
chocolate
really
one was
good.
good.
Yeah, you'll like that. It tastes like chocolate milk.
Oh
Here,
my
we
god.
can do a preemptive shot.
Mine was actually already open because my dad did it for me. Because I'm weak. That's a fact. Oh my god, this smells weird.
Ooh, this smells like cookies.
I guess this is a shot, I don't even know.
I think it's 10 milliliters. Does that help?
No. I just do it on the feeling.
It feels like it's enough.
Yes.
Okay, gesundheit.
Something. Oh, I'm nervous.
This
Oh,
tastes
it's
like
spicy.
cookies.
Oh. Try to keep a little bit left for the weekend, please. I can't promise that. It really just tastes like, I don't know, just chocolate milk that got spiced up.
Do you taste the alcohol though?
I do.
Ah, okay. Maybe there's
You
something
didn't.
wrong with me because this tastes like cookies. And it has this slight little kick at the end. But
Yeah.
wow. Delicious.
I like it.
Okay, so do you want to go in the order that the grades are presented online or the order that we took the tests?
How it's presented online, because I don't remember what order we took the tests.
I'd have to look it up, but I did have it written down. So I maybe we should wait till the clock is done because it's just loud and annoying. Well, it's
Well, I'm
really
just gonna
loud
take
and
another
annoying for
shot.
me. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, I can kind of hear it, but it's not like extremely loud.
It is for me. Okay, we'll do another then. See, I purposefully wore black to represent the morning that I'm in over the grades.
Yeah, I understand that.
Santé. It tastes
Ooh,
like,
my airways are opening up.
ooh, that had a stronger kick to it. I feel like I just got the gin. We'll mix this up a bit.
It's like all the alcohol just went up into like my. Why the fuck? Like I'm. Like
Yeah,
all the chocolate is at the bottom.
you might need to shake it up a bit.
Yeah, that would also explain why it tastes so alcohol-y. Because I just feel like I just drank some chocolate milk and I took a shot of alcohol straight after. That's how I feel, which is very strange, but okay.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, so the clock is done.
Yes.
So I suppose we should start with product development and innovation.
Oh, that's It's a very sad number for me.
I actually did really well on that.
I didn't. I fucked that up. Big time.
Okay, well, are you comfortable sharing the grade or not?
Yeah, I don't care. My
Okay.
grade doesn't define the person who that I am.
Well, it was a difficult test. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I managed to score a 15 on that, and I was sort of shocked when I saw. I know!
I have 4.
But it was a difficult test. Because I feel like the only reason I got such a high score is because I made flashcards with, like, just based off everything off his slides.
Yeah.
And I literally had those memorized right before the test. And I feel like that's the only reason why I got such a good grade.
Yeah. In my case, he just asked everything that I didn't completely memorize.
That's the whole thing is that you had to have everything memorized because he gave us nothing for the test.
Yeah, I know.
And then even for the multiple choice, which I don't understand why he even bothered doing guess correction on the multiple choice, because his multiple choice wasn't even easy.
No.
Because he was, I forget what it was, but it was for like, the 3 product level thing where it's like the core benefit, the augmented product, and then like whatever that is.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah,
I
it's like
remember that.
there's a little circle, then a bigger circle, and then the biggest
Yeah.
circle.
The tiny, medium, big one.
Yeah, that. Like he asked about that, and then he said, in the second part of this thing, like what is it? And that's what you had to choose with multiple choice. And
Yeah.
each answer was like the second thing of some model, and he was like, "Well, which one is he talking about?"
Yeah, same. I was just sitting there like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That. And
That
what's
was
really
my mood for the entire exam. What the fuck?
well, the bad thing is that we have him for the second semester. Well, it's bad or good because that probably means that he's going to structure the other tests like this one, so we'll know how to do it
Yeah,
going in. But it's going to be
that's a good thing.
it's a difficult test then.
Yeah. And he can't teach for shit. I swear. He's the worst teacher I've ever had.
Well, I feel like online he's a lot better because he doesn't have his little board, and so he doesn't
Indeed.
go on
His
as
board
many
confused
tangents.
me. Like with his fucking board, I was just sitting there like, what did he write? Especially when I had to be at home while you guys were like
Yeah,
on campus. And I was just sitting there like, I can't read that. Wait, I'm gonna zoom in.
still
Yeah,
can't read
no.
it.
No. Still not possible. What's up, little Miss Grumpy? My grumpy kitty is sitting next to me.
Okay, international commercial law.
I did good. Well, good.
What did you get?
I got a 13, which was higher
Really?
than I expected.
I got a 14, which was higher than I expected.
Hey.
Because there were 2 questions on there that I was like, I really didn't know the answer to. And I just sort of
Yeah.
guessed. And because do you remember the one question that had in REM in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I found the answer for that because I had that for a previous answer. And I thought, well, that's strange that he would ask the same question that would like 2 different questions that would require the same answer. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I must have answered the first one wrong. So
That's
I changed
possible.
my answer, and then I couldn't find the answer for the other one. I wasn't that sure, but I passed. Oh, I was really happy with that.
Yeah, I was so happy as well. I was like, okay, I had the feeling that it went well, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna have like a 13. I thought I was gonna have like an 11 or a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know how that dude was gonna grade. That's the most annoying part of the exams. I don't
Well,
know how they grade.
I'm really sad that we're getting a different law teacher. Well, I'm happy and sad because like his lessons,
They
were just
sucked.
so boring. He has like a really soft and like unenthusiastic voice, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like
He was
but
more enthusiastic when I was giving off my exam. Then he was like, okay, well, see you later, bye. And I was like,
yeah.
okay, bye.
But the thing that I liked about him is that his exam prep, he followed that like verbatim.
Yeah.
So if you did the exam prep, you literally had the exam. Like that was the best part.
Yeah, I loved that part. I was just like, oh my god.
Because my husband kept telling me, the exam prep isn't important. They're not going to use that. I
Oh,
was
they
like, he
do use
used
it.
it.
They use it. They definitely use it.
Yeah, so that's like the only reason why I'm sad about getting a new teacher is that I feel like I liked how he did his test because he gave the exam prep, which he followed verbatim.
Yeah.
hmm And I sort of liked him because he seemed really chill.
Yeah, he is. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was strange.
Okay. And then, well, you have English, which I don't. How did that
Yeah.
go for you?
I got good grades. I got a 14 out of 20.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because
I was
that
also really happy about it.
because she's also the teacher that she does communication, and we didn't get a grade for that.
Yeah, which confuses me because I'm just like, where is it?
Yeah, like, are we not going to get feedback for that? And I can't remember if I sent her an email or not. I think I might have.
I think you did. You also
Yeah,
sent the accountancy teacher an email about the feedback thingy.
yeah, I've sent so many emails today. Like that was my whole morning. I went grocery shopping and then I started like email, 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 email. It's been busy.
Psst, come here.
Okay, let's see. Oh, and then we have accountancy.
I already know that grade.
You only got 2 on that. Wow. I only got a 7, but I messaged some people in the Facebook group,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a few people that reached out to me, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I didn't do well on accountancy either." They didn't put it in the main chat. It was a private message, so I'm not going to name names, but I feel like there were quite a few people who did not pass accountancy.
Yeah. I mean, somebody got even worse grades than I did. They only got 1.
Oh, on accountancy.
Yeah. So at least I'm not the worst.
That's true. Well, I really want to have a feedback session with her because I think the problem that I had was the math because there was one question where like I kept redoing it and I kept, oh, okay, here's my mistake. And then I'd go back and be like, okay, no, this doesn't balance. So I'd go back
Yeah.
and do it and it's like, oh, here's my mistake. But I kept finding the mistake, but I never got the right answer. And it was just like, oh my goodness. So it's the math part because I understand the theory of everything, I think.
Yeah. But I
But
think my problem is like applying the theory. Because honestly, like I thought I did it right, but like apparently I didn't. So now I'm just sitting there like, what did I do wrong?
well, yeah, because when I turned it in, I was like, I was really confident coming into this exam. Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to do well, but now I'm not so sure. And after seeing that, I was like, oh, damn. Because I got a 7, so that's not even high enough to use the credits, the relaxed credits.
I think it is.
No, you need an 8 or a 9.
Are you sure?
I'm like 90% positive.
I think it's 7, 8, or 9.
Uh, well, I still think that's too low because like you only get 6 credits. Well, you have 18 in total.
You
And
get
so
12
that's
to
what?
use. Yeah, I saw it when wait, where did I see this? If it could maybe show me. I
So
think it was in the study progress file when I went to tolerance. Yeah, it says usable tolerance credits, 12 points.
that sucks. I could have swore it was 18.
Yeah, but we have a remaining tolerance credit and that's 18 points, but we can use 12 points. But we can't apply any tolerances yet because we didn't have like results for every course until now.
Mhm.
No.
Okay, so in total, how many do we have? Is it 12 or 18?
18, but we can use 12 now
Okay.
during this year.
Okay, because I was thinking, because I thought it was 18 over the 3 years, like in total, that's how many we had. So if you divide that like per year, it's 6 credits.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just says usable tolerance credit.
Ah,
So
but no, for that, because it's the year course, we still have a second chance in May or June.
yes, indeed. I will definitely use it for like accountancy if I'm not like still passing.
Yeah. And I think if I have the calculations correct, like I would need a 12 for my final exam to pass.
I have no idea.
I think you need 16.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that based because I was calculating that based on my German.
Right. Oh my God.
Okay, we can just go to German.
How
I
many
got,
did how much did you get?
I
Because
got
I
2
got a
points.
7.
I'm surprised you gave me 2.
That's definitely gonna be like a retake
Oh yeah,
in August.
definitely. Yeah, there because I was calculating that I'd have to get a 16 in May or June, and I was like, no, that's not going to happen.
Also, I want to take back my words that I said about like the tolerances. I
Uh-huh.
just I just found like this info button about right to tolerance,
Uh-huh.
and you have to like have an 8 or 9, but your study efficiency has to be at least like 50%.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that would work for me because my study efficiency is 68%.
Mine is 53, but that means I already have like 3 exams that I have to retake. And I don't know if I'm up to that.
Well, see, that's what I was. Yeah, we can discuss like our projections of what we want to do after we go through the grades.
Yeah,
We don't want to go on too much of a tangent. Okay, so introduction to marketing.
I passed. I got an 11.
Oh, wow. I got a 15.
How do you get such high grades?
I don't know. Like,
Teach me.
I thought I failed that test. Like, I took it and I was like, oh my gosh, I failed that test. That's why I was talking with you earlier that it was like all the tests that I thought I failed, I passed like really well. And then all the tests that I was like, I think I passed. It's like, nope, I failed.
Damn.
And like the scary thing is that's the grade that's also based on the paper.
For real?
Yeah. Because I think our paper was like 20% of the grade, maybe 10. Hold on, let
I
me.
honestly don't know.
Because I got really upset because I was thinking I could have had a 20 because I was thinking that there was one question that was worth 5 points on the test that I did not know the answer to, and I completely BS'd it. And I
Mhm.
just put some random definition for something because I was like, I'm not leaving it blank. And I was like, if I got that right, I would have had a 20. But then I remembered, oh, wait, no, this also is for the paper.
Oh, damn.
Okay, yeah, no, the paper was a big portion. The paper
Mhm.
counted for 35% of the score.
Whoa.
So I'm wondering like how well the paper went.
I think my paper saved me. Seeing as I only have like an 11 now, like goddamn.
I'm thinking like the paper's probably what brought down my grade.
That's also possible.
Well, here we can like spill some Jenever. My group, the one person in the group, you always have that one person in the group that just like disappears in the project.
Yes. That person in my group showed up 20 minutes late to our Teams meeting where we were just like finishing up the entire document. And we
Uh-huh.
were just like discussing, oh yeah, just put every document you have, just put it in like your little, I don't know, file map or something. And then we were just like discussing, okay, who's gonna do like putting everything together? Like the leader of the group did it, but like otherwise, we didn't hear that person at all. He just
Oh,
disappeared. He came late.
yeah.
He said maybe 2 sentences and never heard him again. Only heard him when he was leaving. He was like, okay, I'm done, guys. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
No,
And we
that
were
was
just all sitting there like, what the fuck? He was
like
here?
we had like one teams meeting in the beginning to discuss like who was going to write which like section because we split it up into sections.
Oh yeah, we did that via thingy. Uh Messenger group chat.
Yeah. And I volunteered to be like the editor. And I don't
Yeah.
mean the formatter. I mean like send me your papers. I will correct all the grammar. I'll put it in the same tense. Like this is like what I used to do before I went to school and like quit my freelancing job. I was an editor. So I did that on top of the sections that I wrote. And
Mm-hmm.
the other group members were like really good on turning them in on time and doing rewrites. Because I said, I'm not rewriting it for you. I'm telling you, this is where you messed up and this is what you need to do. And not only did I do that, I also corrected the content.
Wow.
So essentially, like it was a great study thing for me because I had to like know all of the content to know that, hey, this isn't right. But the one person, like I did all the edits for him and I said, okay, first of all, you need to put this in third person because that's what we're writing in. And you have lots of I statements, so put that in third person. And they just ignored all my edits. And they literally sent me the same document that I had edited without any changes. And so you had three parts of the paper that are in third person and are concise and it sort of flows together. And then it's just like, I. And I was like, I would have fixed it because that's like the kind of mindset that I am. I really don't care. But
Mm-hmm.
I specifically had an email from the teacher. And I think it's because I reached out to him to ask about my section. And he's like, do not write the whole paper. And he's like, I should be able to tell that people who don't speak English as a second language wrote parts of the paper. And if I don't see that, I'm going to mark it down.
That's bullshit.
Well, no, I think that's a good thing because honestly, I probably would have. I would have just been like, give me the bones and I'll rewrite the whole thing.
But like,
Did you freeze? Oh no, I think Ronnie froze. Well, that's not going to be fun. Did we freeze all together? I think there might be technical difficulties on Ronnie's side. Ooh, Verkoning. You're Fire King. I like your name. We have to send a little thingy to Ronnie because she froze. I think you're experiencing difficulties. Yeah, she said somehow my computer blocked. So she's going to be rejoining in a minute. So there we go. Rest in peace, Rami. Oh, wow. This is an amazing comment. I love it. That's okay. I can carry on the show. And then Vera King says, I'm back. What's up? How have you been? Let's have a little shot for Rani because, rest in peace, Rani. Here she is. Let's add her to stream.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Everything.
Okay, I just want to show you. Rest in peace, Rani. Rest in peace, Rani. We missed you. I poured a drink out for you.
I don't know.
It's okay. I'm going to turn off the heater because the alcohol's making me all nice and warm, and this is like making me die.
I'm already kind of having it in here.
Well, I swear earlier it was so cold.
Yeah. It was cold as heck in my room, and now suddenly I'm just feeling like I'm in some kind of like sauna or something.
It's the alcohol.
Yeah, and I'm lightweight, so that just doesn't help.
Okay, say his name.
Vuurkoning?
See, you can say it all pretty. I say Vierkoning.
What's so pretty about me saying it?
Because you say it all pretty with the proper accent. Yeah, that's what we're going over. We're going over our results. What was the thing we were talking about? Oh, the marketing and the paper that we had to do. I sent him an email about that, asking if we were going to get results, like some type of feedback about the paper. So hopefully he'll answer me.
Yeah. That's
yeah. Oh, okay, here we go.
Connection was weak. What are you talking about? I have internet.
Okay, I got a response from him. He said, "Hi, Catherine. There is no official feedback moment planned for the semester paper, but usually some students are interested to know how they scored on the case study. If interested, we could set up a Teams moment whenever you like. But let me give you a brief insight for the semester paper. You scored an 8.7 out of 10. Yay. For your written exam, you scored a rather disappointing 7 out of 16 for part 1. That's sad.
It's very disappointing.
But for part 1, but a strong 44 out of 60 for part 2, resulting in 13.4 for the 13.4 out of 20 for the exam. And thus, my final score is 14.8 rounded to a 15. So, okay, this is going to... Oh, he gave the semester... Okay, the executor... I didn't write that. I didn't write this. Segment targeting. Okay. Okay, so... I think the first part were all the knowledge questions.
Those were questions where I didn't have enough time.
Yeah, we only had 30 minutes, and I feel like for part 1, there wasn't enough time to answer those, and then for part 2, it was like there was just too much.
Mm-hmm. He has to figure that shit out, honestly.
I'm surprised that he emailed me right away.
I think he just doesn't have anything to do. Because why would he otherwise, answer so quickly?
Okay. Or maybe he cares. Or maybe, like, I sometimes feel like he gets excited when I email him because normally it's like, hey, you might be interested in this commercial, or hey, you might be interested in this, or like, hey, I have a question about this, because he's always very enthusiastic. So I don't think there are that many students who like interact with him like about his subject matter, which is sort of sad.
That might actually be very much possible. Oh my god. What's
Okay,
the
so
next thingy you have? Wait, so introduction. Oh, another disappointing one.
international trade and payment procedures. Oh, I cried for this one.
How much did you get?
I got an 8 out of 20.
I got a 6.
Well, you know why it was so devastating to me is that I don't like this class. And I studied so hard for it because I was like, I don't want to have to retake this test. I don't want to have to retake this class. And all I
Mhm.
keep thinking is that, like, this would be the one class where I might just use the relaxed credits because I really can't even be bothered to study for the test again. It's just, I do not like the test that much.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do because it would mean that I have like 3 exams to retake in August. And I'm not up for that. August is my working month. I need to earn cash. Then I'm not gonna be spending my time just ugh studying. Like no. So I don't know. I might just like switch to like a different thingy, but I don't know.
What do you mean switch to a different thingy?
Switch to a different course. You know, just not like business management anymore.
What would you do?
I don't know.
See, I don't have an option because this is the only English program.
Yeah. Like if I would switch, then all my classes would be in Dutch again. And I don't want that. I
Really?
hate that. So like I don't know. Like then my other option is to go work. And I don't want that. And I don't think my parents want that either.
Well, why do you need to work in August? You're a student.
Because July and August are the months where my where the employers where I work, like the ones that work like the other months, they have
Mhm.
their break then.
Ah,
So then they have like a lot of, you know, jobstudenten that fill
mhm.
in. And I'm one of them.
Ah,
And I
okay.
really love that job and it pays so well. Like we get paid as much as like the usual
Oh,
employees.
that's nice.
Yeah, we just don't get like all those extra taxes that get
Oh, yeah.
discounted. So that's what I really like working there because I also have like very much like social contact with the people that live there, you know,
Hmm.
because it's in a I don't know what it's called in English. A retire home or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No, and I'm just like part of like the cleaning group of like that one
Mhm.
uh floor, and it's really nice there. I love it, so that's why I always go work there.
Oh, no, I like retirement homes. Like, if you ever move to a foreign country and you want a really cool way to learn a language, go and volunteer at a retirement home because old people love to talk.
Yeah, that's really true. It's amazing. Like, and it's so lovely to just like see them talk about like their husband or their wife or like their children.
Uh-huh.
And like, it's so cute. And like, even though I'm just like the cleaning lady, I still like get to help them with like different stuff, like giving them drinks or something.
Hmm.
Because like, we walk around a lot more there through those halls than like the actual caretakers.
Hmm.
So I guess it's so nice. I actually miss them.
Well, will you still be able to work there? Well, no, I guess we should have the vaccines by then.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it hasn't been open to volunteers for a while, which makes sense, you know, because they're the vulnerable
Hmm.
population.
Yeah, but like I think the retirement home where I usually work, they gave their volunteers uh vaccines. They gave them like the first option to get a vaccine because like
Oh,
they really rely on their volunteers there.
oh,
Hmm.
I
They
didn't know that. I
usually
don't
use them
really
to like go
like
walk in
to
like
go
the park.
talk with people.
But yeah, because the actual caretakers they don't have enough time to do that because like they are so busy with like getting people ready, getting people their medication, and like dealing out the coffee and all that shit. So that's why the volunteers do that. They go like walk with some of the people or like take them to the kidney and all such things. It's really nice. When did you join?
Okay, then. Well, I think we both agree we don't like the international trade and payment procedures.
I hate it. I hate the teacher as well sometimes.
Yeah, I don't. She seems really friendly at times, but then there are other times where she gives like backhanded compliments.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
yeah,
like sarcastic but bitchy.
yeah,
So sometimes I'm just like there from like what why why are you being mean? We're just two
yeah.
students.
Yeah, I get that. Like I try not to like think the worst and try and just think, well, okay, I'm probably misunderstanding her. But like sometimes she'll say things, it's like, does she not realize like that's really mean?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
really it's weird.
I'm just
My
happy
face
we
is
don't.
already hot. Oh my god. The alcohol is getting already to me. I haven't even drank that much. God damn.
You have to work on your tolerance. Okay,
I haven't gone out in a very, very, very long time. I can't help it.
you have to drink more often with me.
Yeah, that's true though.
Okay, how did you do on business office skills?
I got a 13!
Oh, I got a 12.
Oh my god, finally! I have more than you.
Well, I was thinking like that this is also the test where I wasn't able to finish like the last page.
Oh, I finished everything. It was easy.
No, I
Well,
ran out of
not
time
everything,
because I
but
lost like 10 minutes. And he was like, yeah, no, you only have 5. Like, not my issue. It was like, okay, whatever. Oh, I'm so happy.
but
And then
also like the last page was the easiest.
well, I don't use Outlook at all.
Well, you could just use the help function. It was
That's
so
what everybody
easy.
said. I didn't think to use the help function.
But it's fun. You don't have to do anything. I wish I used the help function for Excel. Then I would have passed. But no, I failed.
Okay,
Fuck's
here, we
sake.
can talk about Excel because this is what hurts me. I got a 9.
Oh my god. I got a 7.
No, but like, here's the whole thing with Excel is literally after the test, I came home and I was like, I need to pass this. And he was like, well, don't you need to pass all of them? It's like, no, no, you don't
No.
understand. Like, this is the best I can do. If I fail this test and need to retake it, I don't think I can do better.
Yeah. I think I could do better, but I just don't want to. No, don't fall.
Well, I think when we have our meeting with him, if he tells me, like, okay, if there's technical things that I did wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the part where I screwed up was all the math.
I screwed up a lot of things.
Because there was one thing I didn't know how to do, and that was like the bars, and it's a conditioning cell thing.
Yeah. I
That was
could
the
do the
only,
bars. I couldn't do like half of the rest.
Like that was the only thing that I really couldn't do, but the rest of the stuff that I couldn't do was just math. Like I couldn't figure out how to calculate the evolution of the prophet. I was just like,
Neither did I. I was just
and I even asked the teacher there, and she just repeated the question back to me. She's like, well, you want to calculate the evolution of the prophet. It's like, okay, I know how to read. It's the
but I
math that
don't
I
know
don't
how
know
to
how to
do it.
do.
Yeah. The teachers there are really good at just making you feel dumb.
Yeah, because they read it back. I was like, okay, I don't have problems reading. Like English is my first language. I'm good there. It's the math. Like what's the calculation? Are you allowed to give this to me? And she's like,
They
well,
weren't.
and she was like, I don't know. And it's like, well, can you find out? Because if you can give it to me, that would be really helpful because this is supposed to be a test on Excel and not on math. So but she never got back to me, and I feel like that's where I screwed up. Because I think that's also where I screwed up with accounting. Was just all
Yeah,
math.
probably. Oh my god. But like Excel, I was just like sitting there and being all like, I don't know how to do this. Fuck.
Well, I could also improve on the graphs because I didn't spend too much time exercising making graphs. And then I started to run out of time and I just like skipped a whole bunch of things. So I think that's probably where I
Yeah.
lost a lot of points because he took the time to give us a picture of how the graph was supposed to look and I just ran out of time.
Yeah. But like, I had the graph, but it wasn't like 100% what it should be. I
Yeah.
just didn't have like the details right. Like,
Yeah.
I had the graph, it had everything on there that should be on there. It just had no like the fancy detailing that he had.
Yeah. I
Come
think that's
on.
where I like messed up. So those are like the two things that I can think of that I can improve on. But I feel
Yeah,
like that could have been worth that much, or unless it was.
I think it was on quite a lot of points. I don't know, but I remember that the exam was like on a lot of points, so I was just sitting there like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I think there were 60 points.
Yeah,
And you had
like
like
if
three different like things.
yeah, wait, if it wasn't on 60 points, and this is recalculated to 20, then I had 21 on 60. That
Okay.
sounds even worse. I don't even want to think about it.
But yeah, so technically with German and accounting, we have a second chance in May or June, whenever the final test is.
Yeah.
So excluding those, what classes do you have to retake?
Product development and innovation, international trade and payments, and then Excel.
Okay, so it's almost the same as me, except I don't have product development.
Yeah.
I could give you my flashcards for that if you want.
I don't even know if I'm gonna like retake them.
Aw. Don't quit, Ronnie. I'll lose my
I'm
only friend.
I know. And it sucks because I finally made some friends in like this class, and now if I'm gonna have to like, change, then I'm just gonna be all alone again.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. Because I suck at making friends. I just suck at being social in general. Like, god damn. The only way I made friends with like Kiana was because we both were just like didn't have anybody. So I was just like texting her like, hey, do you want to walk to class together? We can get lost together. So like that's the only way that I actually made friends because then I met you, and then Kiana was like very social with like Tim and everyone. So I was just like just also being social because otherwise I would just be standing there and people would think that I was weird.
Well, I in general just don't talk to people. Like I
Yeah.
know you because of Kiana, because she talked to me first.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna take a look what courses there are on our campus. Because, like, as long as I don't have to take French, I don't care what kind of course I'm taking. Okay, wait. I care about what, what kind of job I can get with it.
Oh, did you have to take French as well? How'd you do that with that?
I didn't have to take it because in most of our um, business related courses on our campus, you have to take French.
Mm-hmm.
And the English thingy of business management, the one that we do, was the only one where you weren't, where you didn't have to take French.
Ah, okay.
So that's why I also chose, this one. And why can't I find it? How hard can it be? Oh, found it. Because, like, there's a lot I can do, but I don't know.
Well, you could also just repeat them if you don't want to retake the test.
I said this thing to Kevin, my boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the year. Retaking tests, fine. But repeating classes, oh, hell no. So that's my problem.
See, I've already sort of mentally prepared myself that, like, I'm going to try my hardest for the test in, well, I don't know if it's worth trying my hardest for the test in May or June for German, because I don't
Mhm.
realistically think that I'll be able to get a 16, because I think that's really high.
Yeah, 16 is basically impossible to get.
Yeah, so I think it'd just be better to, like, just work on my own thing and just be like, yeah, I'm not going to come. I'm just going to retake the test in August.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if not, then just retake the class because I think that's probably realistically what's going to happen, at least with that. And then with accounting, I think I can get a 12 because that's what I would need.
Mm-hmm.
But accounting, I think it's easier to get like a perfect score out of that because it's either right or it's wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's what she told me is that like her class, since there's no, it's not subjective because you either
Yeah.
have the right answer or the wrong answer. But she's like, you
Mm-hmm.
can get a 20 out of 20 in my class.
Okay, yeah. But I was just looking here at like the all the courses we have from Vives.
Uh-huh.
And if I had to change, I would probably do like something to become like a social worker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna be honest, that was actually my first thing that I was gonna do. What the fuck is up with those? Because like I think it was like at the beginning that I started my 5th year,
Mm-hmm.
which is like sophomore, I think, in high school. I don't know.
Second to last year? Because it's 6 and 6, right?
5 and 6. 6 is the last year, so like yeah, the one before it. I
Okay,
don't know.
it would have been a junior.
Junior. But yeah, I think it was either my sophomore or my junior year that was being like, oh, you know what? I want to be a social worker. And then I was like, do I want to be included in other people's problems? I don't know. So then I started like
Uh,
doubting if I wanted to do it. And then I was like, maybe I want to do psychology. Then I was again like, am I mentally stable enough? Probably not. And then all of a sudden I was like, maybe I should do business management. I don't even know how I ended up there, but I don't know.
I think social work sounds like fun, except at least in the US, it doesn't pay well. at all.
Yeah, that was the problem. Because like I
What?
would like helping like people just,
Uh-huh.
you know, financially and all that stuff, but how does it pay? Because like with that the, like that diploma, I would really get work fast because they need them. Like you can go to a hospital, you can go to a freaking, I don't know, like even to a retirement home. Well, I can't speak anymore.
Oh yeah, because there's a shortage of like medical staff in Belgium, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but like even those kind of people, they really they're needed
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many people here in Belgium struggling with like money stuff and all that. So like I could just go to the OCME right very close to my home and just be like, hey yo, I got my diploma. Do you have work for me? And 9 out of 10, I would probably have work. But I kind of chose like business management. It was kind of a risk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. It was a risk. I never had any classes related to business. I never did anything like it, so it was a risk. And my mom said, even my mom and dad are so supportive of me, like flipping, I don't know, changing courses if it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, you did what you could, and we're already proud of you for trying. I nearly cried this morning because they said that.
Aw.
Yeah, because like I have a dad that's not really like, he doesn't really show that he loves you, but like he loves you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he shows love by doing things for you.
Yeah.
And then today he was like, yeah, but like you have all these classes online and you haven't even been to school for like, what you're used to. So, you know what? You already did your best. If you want to change, then you can change. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there like, hello? Is that still my dad?
Here, I'll be the unsupportive one. You can't change because I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, but we still like keep in contact. Bitch. I will probably still like come looking for you to be like, Ayo, you wanna eat lunch together?
Well, the sad thing is that even though we're in the same class, we wouldn't see each other to begin with because it's all orange and like you're an odd or even number.
Yeah, it really sucks.
So realistically, I only chat with you on Instagram.
Yeah. But like it's still nice to have someone to talk to.
Yeah. Okay, so will you be finishing the second semester then? Or are you going to
That
look
is
at
actually something
maybe?
I'm going to, you know, um, talk about with my parents about what they want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like, I guess they can still like say, oh yeah, you can just like still do your second semester and then just maybe change in like September. But I don't know. I'm just gonna talk to them about it. But yeah,
Do you think you'll still have 4 years or 3 years?
yeah. I mean, it's just gonna be like, you know,
An extra year?
yeah, so-called an extra year because I basically wasted a year then doing business management.
It's not a waste. You never know. The things that you learned this year can come in handy sometime later.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you'll be surprised at like how random things that you learn, even things that you hate, that like 10 years down the road, you'll be doing something. It's like, oh, it's finally come in handy.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we have Tech Draconis, who's named after a dragon, and his brother's named after an elf, who asks, how did
Yes.
your exams go? They mostly went well, but we failed a couple, and Ronnie says that she's going to leave me. We're sad.
I mean, you're kind of right, though.
You should retake the exams with me. Just at least retake them.
But I hate them.
Well, so do I, but I'm still going to retake them. Just retake them. Maybe you'll do better. You don't know. Because, see, you already have an advantage because you already take the test. You took the test. You already studied for it, and you know what it's going to be like. So second time around, you shouldn't have to spend so much time studying because you already studied. And you know what to expect for the exam.
I know, but still.
You're retaking the exams, Rani.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I don't want to do it alone.
What? Ah! You're manipulating me. I don't know. I have to rethink a lot of things. I have multiple backup plans, okay?
I say you retake them.
Retaking them is not one of my backup plans.
And then we can do a live stream about what it's like to retake exams.
No.
And see, school stuff does really well on YouTube. So
I know.
And think of it this way. If you don't go into business, you won't create makeup, and then I won't get to name a palette.
I don't need a diploma in business to make a palette.
Okay.
I can still become self-employed if I want to.
Yeah, see, looky. He's even saying, don't give
I
up.
don't see it as giving up. I see it as just admitting that it might just not be for me.
Ah, okay. Well, if you don't really like it,
it's self-knowledge.
I'm so sad. By the way,
Don't
I'm only
be sad.
Drink
Drink
water.
You're starting on switching to retake it. Yeah, but I'm not up for retaking exams. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't fit me.
Oh, well, see, I don't have options because my Dutch sucks, so.
Yeah. That's a problem. That's a big problem for you.
Because I thought because in Belgium they have this thing that if you want to become a nurse, the government will literally pay for your whole education. Like they pay for the tuition, they pay for the books, everything. And I was like, I could be a nurse, and that's like a really useful skill to have, except they literally do not offer any programs in English.
Yeah.
Else I would have probably done that. Hold on. My brother once had a 7 for a class, and for the, oh my God, a 19. What class was it? It had to have been a math class.
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't see me being able to retake and do 16 for German. Or 19. Unless I'm already fluent.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I struggle with like getting a fucking 14 for a language that I've been speaking since I was 8.
Yeah, that's insane.
I would never pass fucking German. I'm 18 now, and my sponge isn't my sponge. My brain isn't a sponge like it used to be. My sponge.
Well, that's one of the things I was trying to figure out. Like, how can I get out of German?
We just can't. We can't get out of German.
Well, no,
I
see,
have
I was
been
thinking,
bugging my sister, who has taken German since she was like 15 or something, about it, and she's just like, I can't help you. It's hard. You just have to deal with it yourself. And I was just like, no, don't
Well,
do this to me.
see, I think I have two problems with the class, and the first off is that it's taught in Dutch, and really, my Dutch is not good enough to take a class in Dutch.
But like, I don't get why they put you with the Dutch group.
Because it's not taught in English.
But it's bullshit. We take an English program. Why aren't all the classes taught in Dutch?
I know, and see, I
English.
was sort of
Sorry.
hoping I could get an exception based on that. But like the teacher is so helpful, like offering the test in English, even though I didn't get it. And then she's like, well, you should have asked for it. And it's like, okay, like, wow, gee, I wish I thought of that and asked. And then the teacher would have still been like, yeah, I don't have an English one, sorry.
Yeah. For real. Programming. It took me the whole summer to teaching him. I got an 18 the first time.
Well,
I'm
there
jealous.
you go. You need a tutor. And then I switched schools to get away from German for 1 year. See, I think I need to send an email to Emma about the German and just be like, look, it's already at an A1 and it's taught in Dutch. And my Dutch, like, yeah, I took Dutch to a level 8, but I also haven't worked on it for over a year.
Yeah.
And see if I can get an exception for that. Because I think, like, for the other students, like, if their Dutch isn't that good, they don't have to take the foreign languages.
Mm-hmm. It will be, oh, I don't know. But like, I'm also just gonna have to send an email to Emma about like everything, about like the fact that I might want to change and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always feel like I would bother her.
Oh, why? You know, I send so many emails to all my teachers. Like, I probably email them at least once a week.
Because I feel like I bother them, and I don't like bothering people. Maybe trying a full Dutch stream as an exercise.
Okay, here's the whole thing. I started reading Twilight in Dutch to practice my Dutch. And then I started school, and there wasn't enough time to do both. And that's one thing that I wanted to start up again was reading in Dutch. And yeah.
Okay, but like, how good do you understand Dutch?
Okay, als je spreekt niet snel.
Dus als ik traag spreek?
Ja, als je traag spreekt, ik kan begrijpen een beetje. Misschien 70 of 80%.
Oké.
Maar oké, je weet dat voor de groep, voor oh, what is it? The school representative stuff.
I don't even know what the word is in Dutch.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for those meetings, I maybe understand 40 to 50%.
But he was speaking very, very, very fast.
Yeah,
I didn't even understand it.
But even with the other people, like, I don't understand. And I feel like when I was in the class with her, I understood maybe 60, 70%.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things, I think it's just because to my ears, Dutch and German is sort of the same. And so basically it's like, oh, I sort of understood her. She must be speaking Dutch. And then when it's like, okay, I don't understand her at all. She must be speaking German. Because with German, it's like 30% and like Dutch is like 60%. So it's like not understanding it at all, understanding more than half. But once she went online, it's like 40, 50% max. And I think it's just because it's online and I can't like really see her lips moving and hear her that well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the problem that I can't speak it that well. So I'm less inclined to be like, I don't understand.
But from what you were speaking earlier, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but that's also basic stuff.
So most of the Belgians, their grammar and everything is basically very basic.
Okay, here's the whole
We don't
thing
use
though.
very special words or anything.
I feel like Belgians have a very low bar when it comes to foreigners speaking Dutch because normally foreigners don't learn Dutch. So when you find a foreigner who can actually sort of speak Dutch a little bit, you're like, oh, wow, that's great. Now let's speak English.
That actually might be because, like, yeah, a lot of foreigners here don't really. They either speak like French or their own language. From what I've noticed, I'm not gonna be like, oh, every foreigner is like that. No, but then again, Belgians are also the same people that judge the foreigners for not speaking Dutch when they come here. But we're also the same people that have been getting French from the beginning of times, and we still don't speak it. So,
No, see, I find it funny because a lot of the neighbors, they know that I'm a foreigner and they'll say, oh, je Nederlands is echt goed nu. Je hebt goed gewerkt op je Nederlands. But we can speak in English now. It's like, ja, maar ik wil een beetje oefenen op mijn Nederlands. Ja, maar I want to work on my English.
I mean, if I wanted to, I would just be speaking Dutch the entire time.
Okay, and I think this one's for you. Also about the teachers, most of them don't mind you mailing them. You could also ask if it's okay. Even some teachers wish their students ask more. It is their job. You should. Can I tell you how often I email the teachers and most of them are really excited that like I reach out?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not able to do that. I don't know why. Social anxiety, I guess, but I've always struggled with it. Like,
Okay, you should mail me and then I can forward it.
that's also very smart.
But that would only work if you stay in business.
I know. You're very manipulative. I swear to God.
Well, I actually have a couple of students who will email me. It's like, hey, have you like seen this or noticed this? It's like, no. It's like, would you want to like, I don't know, ask the teacher? It's like, yeah, sure. That's part of the reason why I email the teacher so much is because other students will be like, hey, do you know about this? I was like, no, but I'll email the teacher.
Yeah, literally, if I send an email to a teacher, it's only just to like deliver or like send in some kind of assignment. Or if it's, I don't know. That's literally the only reason that I send an email to a teacher to send in
Really?
an assignment. Otherwise, I never send an email. Never.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I sent an email to the marketing professor, the communications professor, to Emma Brockman, to the accounting professor, then again to Emma, then to Charlotte, then again to Emma, to the accounting professor, to the word professor, again to the marketing, then to the law. I'm telling you, I email somebody at least once a week.
Let me check. Let me check. Where the fuck can I find that? Ah, sent. Okay, so the first email I sent was to Miss Van den Broeke because I had some troubles with like the books for I got French books while I didn't even take French. Then I sent an email to Emma. It was a question because I was taking both German and Spanish. Then I sent an email to the Spanish teacher. Then I sent an email about, I don't know. Me dropping out of Spanish. Then an email to the German teacher because to let her know that I was switching groups because I was like in a group that was like Friday and I switched to the Thursday group.
Uh-huh.
Then an email to 4 different teachers about me not being in class because I was feeling sick because of my period. Then the day after it was also just me letting the teacher know like I'm not gonna be there because I feel sick. Then just from the assignments of product development, just me saying that I wanted to do Nintendo. Then I send in the assignment. Then I forwarded something to you. Then me just sending in the German test. And just
Really?
me sending in the group exercise. Then something about wanting to
Okay.
be
See,
a
that's
student
funny
ambassador.
because I think for the group exercises, those were all with me, and that's something I hate doing that. I hate sending group exercises into the teachers. Like I can pester them with questions, but it's like, yeah, you need to send this assignment in to me. It's like,
Oh, I
why?
don't mind doing that. I'm just like, okay.
I feel less bad about that now.
But like asking questions or like even in class, like online class, asking a question, oh fuck no. Oh hell nah. Nuh-uh, not gonna happen. But like sending in like assignments and everything, no problem.
Okay. Kevin says same, unless I got no choice to ask a question.
Do you see what kind of person I'm dating? He's the
Okay,
same as I am.
here's the whole thing. I started just asking the teachers because I'd ask the other students. And I hate to say it, but they're like the people who respond, they never know the answer.
Yeah.
And like nobody in the group ever knows the answer.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd save my time just asking the teacher because nobody knows the answer, and then I can just be like, hey guys, if you wanna know. Because I think it's stuff that people want to know, but nobody knows the answer to, and they're just like, I don't know. It'll come to them through osmosis or something.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna send an email to Emma right now just to ask about like how everything would be regarding to like changing, and if it's too much effort, I'm just gonna retake the exams.
It will be too much effort. It says, I even video chat with my animation teacher geeking out about animation.
I don't know
Okay.
how to send the email. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, I once with my programming professor when I was taking web design had a whole like video chat with him about beer. Wasn't even about programming. It was just well, not programming but coding. It was just us talking about beer because he's a judge for like beer tastings or something.
Also,
Why
should I send the email in Dutch or English?
do you need to ask a question in the lesson if the class itself can do it?
Because the class doesn't always ask the same questions. Because sometimes they just ask questions and I'm just sitting there like, bitch, it's obvious. But I'm just don't understand something that's very complicated, and then I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. It's not even gonna bother.
Okay, do you want help composing this letter to Emma?
Yes.
Okay, so you can just make it short and sweet and be like, Dear Emma, I didn't do as well on my exams as I would have hoped, and I'm not really interested in retaking the exams, and I'd like to know what my options would be if I choose to change programs.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's probably what I'll be sending to Emma, like, is there a way for me to get out of German?
Probably.
But I feel like um,
Someone is singing in the background.
yeah, that would be my son.
It sounds so cute. What is he even singing?
No, I think they're fighting.
Why does it sound like he's singing?
Well, I think he was before, but now they're fighting.
Can you hear about what?
Okay, teachers are also humans. No need to stress about it. Phone calls, on the other hand, are the worst. We were talking about this earlier. I won't pick up the phone if someone calls me.
I don't really pick up. If it's someone that if like the idea of the person who's calling comes up, then I'm gonna pick up. But if
No,
it's like an unknown number, oh hell no. Or I have to call to like somewhere. Oh no, that ain't happening. Oh
no,
honey, no.
I've gotten a call from somebody, and it's a Belgian number, and they call me like once a week. I don't know who it is, so I'm not picking it up. Because I'm of the mindset that like if you call somebody and it's important and they don't pick up, then you call back. And like if the phone would ring, like, okay, somebody called, then they called back. If they called back a third time, I'd probably answer. Be like, hello?
Oh my god.
Otherwise, it's like, it's not important. If it is, they'll call Prince Charming and then he'll call me and be like, yeah, you need to go pick up the kids from school. Something happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about like phone calls. Like if my boyfriend would call me, no problem. Mom calls me, no problem. Dad, grandma, or like the nice lady from the bank, if she calls me, no problem. But if some random number calls me, oh hell no.
Honestly, I don't pick up the phone at all because I get anxiety because I think it'll be in Dutch. And it's so much harder to understand somebody over the telephone in a foreign
Ah
language.
yeah.
So it's just no. It's like the same reason I absolutely refuse to go and pick up food at McDonald's because it's through the drive-through, which means you have to speak through the little speaker box, and it would be in Dutch.
Yeah.
And I'm
It would
thinking,
definitely be in Dutch, but yeah.
and
I
I was
get
like,
why.
I can barely understand them when it's in English back home. And that makes my husband so angry. It's like, I'll just make dinner. Okay, so calling gives me stress. I don't even pick up numbers I don't know. I feel like nobody picks up numbers that they don't know.
Every Gen Z or millennial just doesn't pick up numbers they don't know. My parents do. And then they get mad if it's like some random like person calling about like, oh, what company are you with for your electric things or for your water? Are you interested in changing? Then I'm just like, Dad, just don't pick up. But it could be something important. Who cares?
You know what I really hate is that we have these phones that don't come with caller ID.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so if you pick up the phone, you don't know, it's like roulette. You don't know who it's going to be.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, if it's important, they can always send a voice message. See, I always think if it's important, somebody will contact me through Facebook.
I sent an email. I really hope she answers fast.
Well, I sent her an email this morning and I didn't get an answer, but I expect to get one tomorrow. But I don't know. I think I need to figure out what I'm going to do with German. I don't know if I have the option to drop it, but I'd really like that because I don't see me being able to do well on those. It's so difficult.
No, well. Also, it's related to like the calling part. But if like my best friend calls me, then I'm immediately just completely in panic mode because I'm just like, oh my god, why is she calling? Is something wrong? Because I know how much she hates calling, and if she randomly calls me, like, okay, now I know that sometimes it's just because she's way too lazy to type. Like the first few times, I was like, oh my god, is something wrong? Why are you calling?
But
Especially the
I
first
think
time. Oh my god.
I would only call if I needed to talk to somebody like right away. And if
Mm-hmm.
I sent an email and they didn't like respond after a couple of hours.
Oh my god.
Well, no, see, I did that because I was working in this group, and I'm not going to name names, but I was told that I needed to do some like edits on something, and I sent a response email like the day before, and I didn't get a response. And I really needed to know what the edits were that day so that I could have time to do them. So I
Mm-hmm.
ended up calling the person, and the person was really shocked that I called them. But he's like, well, I sent this email to you, and I sort of need to know what you need me to do so that I can have time to fix the thingy. Because I only had a day to do the edits because it was a video, and then I needed to upload the video the next day after that.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, well, it's like, and the thing that killed me is then I got feedback on the video saying, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. It's like, yeah, remember that time I called you to ask like what I needed to fix and you just gave me a list of things and those are the things that I fixed?
I mean,
See, this is one of those situations where it's like, I'm so happy I don't need to work with this person anymore. Like it's over and done, and I will never work with them again. See, this is why I wouldn't be a good manager, because in all the like talent development things, I'm like, fire.
yeah. And most of the time, I have to be like the person to like just make it a little bit more managery, especially when we're doing like a group exercise.
Well, see, at least I'm self-aware enough to be like, okay, I would say just fire them, but I realize that's not the correct answer, even though it is. But this is what we'll do.
Also, remember the fact that she said that the second semester in talent developments will be more like self-focused?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be working on myself. That's way too much work. Like, I'm not even 50% done. I'm like 5% done.
Well, you know what freaked me out with communication is that she pointed out the fact that when I was doing that one scenario with that guy, that she's like, okay, well, you fixed his emotional struggles, but you didn't actually solve the problem. Like in the back of my head, I was like, well, I would have just fired him. Like, this is an improvement.
Yeah, I was just like, honey, she's already improved a lot. Come on.
Because, like, honestly, if somebody came up to me and was like, yeah, I'm like really sad because my girlfriend broke up with me and that's why I didn't do my work. And he's like, well,
Deal with
now
it.
I'm really sad because you didn't do your work, so you're fired. Now I'm happy.
I would probably just be like, okay, but I don't see how that any of that is my problem. Like your girlfriend dumped you, but you still need to come in and do your work, and you ain't doing your work. So either you fix your shit or you get your fucking C4 right now. Like that would be me as a boss.
See, that's why like the business management part is it's more like just informative stuff that I'll probably will minimally use because I'm more of the entrepreneurship stuff.
Yeah. Like it also reminds me sometimes that I can be very heartless.
Oh, I
But
have
then
that
like
problem too.
but then like 5 minutes afterwards I'm like, oh fuck it.
Oh no, see, I don't have that. No, I sometimes feel like you're not empathetic. And what's really sad is that I had this conversation with Prince Charming like a couple weeks ago where I asked him stuff. And he's like,
Hmm.
why do you always ask me this stuff? And it's like, because you're the empathetic one. And he's like, really? And I was like, well, yeah. And he said, well, I'm with you because you're the nice one. You have the empathy. I was like, oh God.
Oh god.
And I really don't. It's like I get so impatient with people that like they don't have their lives together and they come up with these sob stories and it's like, do you really
Okay.
want to play like whose life is worse?
Like, oh, why do we even start doing that?
I
Get
get too emotionally attached to others. I wouldn't be able to fire. I'm assuming you mean I would not instead of I would be able.
Yeah, he corrected himself.
Oh yeah, wouldn't. Well, see, I can get emotionally attached, but like even with Ronnie, I like Ronnie. So I'd probably give
Oh,
her a chance and be like, okay,
oh.
Ronnie, you're not doing, like, you're not pulling your weight. What's going on?
Yeah.
And if she was like, well, Kevin dumped me, I'd probably just be like, well, Kevin's a loser. You'll get a new one and he'll be better.
I can already imagine his face right now.
Like, I love you, Kevin, but only because Ronnie likes you. If you break her heart, then like I get Ronnie and we don't like you. And because I'm very American, I'd be like, do you want me to go shoot him down or something? I can run him over with my car.
Yeah, no. Because like I get really emotionally attached to other people, but that doesn't mean I can be heartless to them.
Yeah.
But I would probably just cry afterwards because I would be like, oh fuck, why did I get attached to them? Oh fuck. I knew this was gonna happen.
Well, I also think it depends on the excuses. Because, like, there
Yeah.
are legitimate excuses for why you can't get stuff done. But, like, there are some things that's just, like, you're an adult now. Why haven't you figured this out? Sort of like, what was the one example where the woman got divorced and was, like, spending herself into debt?
Yeah, but her new boyfriend. Oh my god.
That was just dumb. It was,
I would have also fired her, but I had to be like a little bit more soft.
yeah, you offered me more work hours.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if like one of my employees would come up to me and be like, yeah, I've just really been struggling with my mental health right now. Like, I've been feeling depressed. I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna fire you because that would just make things a lot worse, and I don't want to be responsible for a suicide. So, what can I do to help?
Well, you know what I think the issue is that for talent development and communication and all that,
Mhm.
we're dealing like, okay, these are people, they have problems. How do you deal with the problems? But I think a good thing to focus on would be like, how do you prevent the problem from happening? Because
Yeah.
like, communication is a two-way street. So like if you broke up with your boyfriend and you just be like, hey, look, I'm probably going to be off my game. Like, my boyfriend just broke up with me, and like, I'm not planning to have issues. I'm just saying, like, this is affecting me, just so that you're aware.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with that.
It's
like,
entirely different.
Yeah, then like you not doing your work and then being like, yeah, I'm really sad because Kevin broke up with me. It's like, okay.
And why didn't you
Why
say it
did you do your
earlier?
work?
Like, if you say, like, let's say last night he broke up with me and I have to go to work, I would just be like, hey, yo, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm heartbroken right now. My boyfriend broke up with me. So if I'm not up to my top game right now, I'm sorry, but that's the reason. I'm trying to do my best, but it's really affecting me. So, life.
Yeah, and see, then I would know, okay, well, Ronnie's not really up to it. We'll throw Ronnie some soft pitches for a while.
Yeah, just like go soft on them a little bit. And when you notice they're getting back up,
Yeah.
they're just doing good again, then you can be like, okay, you all right? You can go back? You can just go full on again?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Glad you got through that.
No, it's
We
sort of
can
like
be empathic, I can't say the word, but we can be very
yeah.
empathic, I guess. I don't know.
No, I saw this post on like I think it was Facebook, and it was one of my relatives sharing something, and my cat just like opened the door and it made a bunch of noise. Anyway, the post was talking about how this guy was like late for work, like 13 minutes, and like he'd never been late before, and the boss yelled at him in like front of people, and so he was planning to quit and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's so horrible. And I was thinking, I would have fired him. And I said that, and people were like, how could you be so heartless? It's like, how can you be an adult and not know to call somebody and be like, hey, yeah, I'm in traffic. I might be late today. Like, just
Yeah.
imagine how different this scenario would be.
Yeah, indeed. If you would just be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna be like 50 minutes late, possibly half an hour. I'm just gonna like work that time
Yeah,
over. Then he would know that you were gonna be late. And then
yeah,
they would just be,
it would
okay,
have been
I'm
a
glad you got
non-issue.
here and you're gonna compensate it.
Mookie,
Oh, so cute! It's a little cutie! Oh
she's
my
probably
god.
here because she's like, it's time to go to bed. Let me sleep on you. You can sit
Well,
there.
that's why my cat is laying next to me. Because she's like, Mom, why aren't you already under the cover playing some game? Isn't it bedtime? Like, I'm not gonna grab her because she doesn't really like that. And I think she's already asleep.
Yeah,
Oh, you
good.
don't want to be touched? Yeah, well, come here, my little old lady.
Look, Tuna. Looky.
Look, is another kitty. Another kitty there.
Yeah, looky. See the kitty there. Yeah, you're not looking. See the kitty. See the kitty.
My little old lady.
How old is your cat?
I think 10.
Tuna, how old are you?
Wait, I got her. Yeah. Yeah, she's 10. 10 years old.
I think Tuna might be 9.
I basically grew up with Nanu. She's a
Well,
little grumpy.
we had a previous cat named Titi, which was short for tiger, because that's what she looked like. She was a tabby cat, but she had like these stripes that made her look like a tiger.
Oh my
And
god.
and we brought her home and we let her go outside, and then she got pregnant.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the whole thing is we
Nice.
were talking about like, oh, we're gonna get her fixed, but you can only get a cat fixed when she's like at 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And she was 4 months when she got pregnant.
Oh shit, that's so early.
And I was like, really, Tuna?
Really?
Or TT? And then she had like 5 kittens, and we couldn't get rid of any of them. And then, like, all of them just ran away.
Oh my god. But like, Nanu was like the tiniest one of the litter. And they weren't even sure if she was gonna like make it to the age that I was able to take her home.
Mhm.
But she did, and now she's still alive 10 years later. And she's my little baby.
Tuna was really noisy, and um, our neighbor's cat was named Sardine, and she meowed all the time, just meow, meow, meow. And so
It's
it
so
was
annoying.
we had this running joke that Sardine, even though she was a girl and TT was a girl, that Sardine had to be the father. Because Tuna, when she just meowed and never shut up. Just meow, 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 meow. And he was like, okay, obviously Sardine is the father of this cat, which is why she got named Tuna, because Sardine's a fish, Tuna's a fish. And
Oh
now
my god, but that's like really cute.
and she doesn't meow anymore, but she constantly purrs. Like just constantly. She never stops. It's like it went from meowing to purring.
But like, Nanu always makes like tiny noises when you touch her when she doesn't expect it. Oh my god, she's letting me rub her belly. Okay, please don't claw me. Don't bite me. Yeah, you wanna smell my hand? You can smell my hand. I'm just gonna pet you. You're very soft. Very soft little kitty. You have a little belly, little belly.
Cats are also popular on YouTube.
I could just like make an entire compilation of my cats just being cute.
You could, that would do well. Like I think I have like 2 videos where Tuna appears, and like she's so popular. I get so many questions of how's your cat? How's Tuna? And it's like I didn't realize that I even showed Tuna, and it's like, oh wait, no, it was this one video.
But like she's also purring right now, and honestly, I've gotten so used to like the noise of a cat purring right next to me because like one of my cats is always next to me, and I have gotten so used to the noise of them purring that I can't sleep without it.
Or a compilation with Nanu judging stuff.
Well, that would be filmed then every time Kevin is here because she judges him.
I want
Like
to
if
see
he's
what
here,
this
she's
looks
just sitting
like.
there like, I don't like you. I really don't like you. You're sitting on my property. Get out. Also, I don't know why, but I feel like if Anu could speak, she would have a Russian accent. I don't
I feel like Tuna would have a French accent just because she's a French cat. Because she was born in France.
Oh.
But I feel like I only ever really spoke to her in English, and I think Prince Charming only spoke to her in Dutch.
That's multilingual cat.
Yeah, and she understands it. Like I can ask Tuna, Tuna, are you hungry? And she'll come, like, where's my food?
Yeah. You know what's really funny? It's it's funny how my cats are basically trained. When I tell them to go up, to go upstairs, they're just gonna go. So what they're downstairs, down on the last like step of the stairs, they're just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go up. And if I ask them if you want water, they're just gonna meow in response. Or if I ask them if they want their food, they're also just gonna like be like, yes, I want it.
Yeah, we have her trained for like, are you hungry and do you want to go outside?
I basically trained them without knowing. That's because I talk to them so much. Nanu? Yai? Nanu?
Yeah,
Mi odo gusto?
I don't think she's gonna stay in here that long because the heater isn't on and it's getting cold. But the alcohol made me all warm.
Well, Nanu is still sitting here.
Okay, so I have a question for you. How difficult does the process have to be to change classes that you would be like, oh no, I'll just retake the test?
If it would take a lot of people, if it would take like a lot of people having to like change documents and everything, I would be like, okay, yeah, no, not doing that. I would just rather just retake. If it's too much effort for other people, then I would just be like, no. Then I would just change like in August or September.
Because I bet for her, well, I don't know. Because I don't know how this system works. Because is it like the tuition that you pay goes to the school or does it go to the department?
To the school.
Okay.
It's not specifically to the department.
Because then they'd probably be like, oh, yes, you can change. And then they'd probably want you to change because that means an extra year, which would be more money that they would get.
Yeah, indeed.
Or they wouldn't want you to change so that their department gets the money.
Yeah, no. I think if I would be like, yeah, I want to change, they would be like, okay, what would you want to do? I'm just gonna contact that person that's responsible for it. I don't think COVID would change a lot of it about it. Doubt it. Because everything is just online. So they wouldn't be like, oh no, it's a problem.
Yeah, the infrastructure that this school has is pretty good. It's just the layouts are sometimes really weird.
Yeah.
That was like with our books. Like I'm 99% sure that one import-export book that everybody got is for next year.
Yeah, probably. Doesn't changes need to be need
to happen before a certain date.
I don't know. That's why I sent an email to the student counselor to know it.
Yeah, I think for certain things, like I think for like the languages, like that's why I'm not certain I'd be able to drop that even if I wanted, but I'm not confident that I'll ever be able to pass that class.
Yeah. Like I know that like if you want to get like your study points back, you had to change courses before the 1st of December. But like I don't know how it's now. I know that I'm definitely just gonna have lost my study points, but you know, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. I think in my school, if I want to change a class, I need to let them know before March 1st. Well, there's still time. It's only January.
Yeah. Well, almost February, but still.
January
Okay.
passed. Like, I feel like this whole month, it's like, where did it go?
No, I had the feeling of like, why did it take so long? But the first half feels long, but then the second half goes like, Nyum.
Okay, no, you know what it was is that the only reason I thought about this is because I was thinking, oh, I already did a live stream with you because with StreamYard, you only get 20 hours per month that are free. And I was like, oh, well, I want to do a live stream with her next week. And if I did one the week before and this week, I'm probably going to go over the 20 hours. And I was like, oh, wait, no, next week it'll be February. I should be good. And I was like,
Wow.
where did January go? I was like, oh, yeah, the first 3 weeks I was taking exams.
Yeah.
I don't, like, after seeing the exam results, like, I'm happy that I did well, but also the classes that I didn't do well, and it's like,
They're just sucky classes.
Well, I don't mind accounting, because that's a class that I like, and it's a class that I really want to learn, so I don't mind studying for that. I would
Yeah.
like to get out of German, to be perfectly honest, because I love to learn German just so that I can be like, yeah, I'm an American and I speak 4 languages. Screw you and your stupid, what do you call somebody who speaks 1 language?
Yeah, indeed. Like I love learning new languages, but like in school it's everything is so pushy and forced and that just
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
So I'm gonna see like if it is going to be possible for me to like get an exemption just based on the fact that I'm too stupid because it's in Dutch.
Hmm.
Because like even though the teacher is so helpful, because she translated like the one part of the like the course book into English, but still, like, I literally have bought all these different materials in German to teach me German because
Hmm.
I'm literally not learning anything in that class because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why am I taking this class to teach myself German, which obviously I really suck at doing because I got a 2 out of 20 on the German test.
Yeah. I get it.
But the international trade and payment procedures, like, please retake that test with me.
But I hate it. And there's just I just I don't get how I failed because like I understood everything.
It
And
was
it just makes me feel stupid.
the guess correction.
Yeah, maybe. But like why do they even call it fucking guess correction if we don't guess? We pick the answer that we think is right. Is that guessing? No.
No, well, see, that's what I'm thinking because with the test in November, and I think I already told you this, that I got an 11, and that really shocked me because it's like I studied so hard for that. And I was thinking, somebody else told me it was probably the guess correction. You picked an answer and it was just wrong. And I'm thinking, like the first part of the test, I think like the first, what was it, 20 questions were
Yeah.
the multiple choice, and I'm thinking that's what had to have killed me.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's really hard to stay like motivated.
Hmm.
Because like if you had like such just sucky exams and like with the entire COVID situation and just our flipping, with like bandmates who doesn't even give a shit about like my age group and like the college students and everything.
Hmm.
It sucks. Yeah.
Okay.
In Dutch it's correctie.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's just, I hate that.
Some cat from downstairs is really just meowing. But you know what the thing is? It's so-called cat time, where usually cats reproduce.
Uh-huh.
But he's inside. He's always been inside. He can't go out and flipping go and have make babies. He only has a sister, but his sister doesn't want to. So now he's
Mm-mm.
just complaining the entire time.
You can get in the negative with guess correction.
I know.
No, I'm thinking that's what happened. And like, here's the whole thing. If I'm 100% certain that's like, oh, okay, I don't know the answer to this, I did leave it blank.
Mm-hmm.
But for some answers, it was like, okay, I know it's not this one. I know it's not this one. And I'm pretty certain that it's not this one. So there's like an 80% chance that I'm fairly certain that it's this one answer. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not 100%, then I answer. But obviously, I probably just guessed wrong. Guess, even though it wasn't a guess.
Yeah, we just like you just go over all the possibilities
Yeah.
and you just like think, okay, from what I remember, it can be this and it can be this one. This one is also probably just not it.
Yeah.
then it's probably just gonna be that one.
Yeah.
Because like I don't see that as guessing. Because you think about it. It's not just like, oh, it's probably duh. It's this one, it's B or it's C. No. I know it's not A and I know it's not D or E. So it's gotta be B.
Because I think for the multiple choice, there was like 3 that I left blank and they were all math. And I was like, yeah, I really just don't know. And I'm not even going to
Same.
attempt to figure it out.
I only had like 3 that I was like no answer. And all 3 of them was like something either I think it was like an Incoterm or it was maths.
Yeah, there were 2 thingies where we had to calculate the cost if it was like a certain Incoterm, and I was like, yeah, I didn't study the Incoterms. Like I skipped that. I was like, no. And then we had to calculate the customs value, which I refused to study that on principle because it's dumb.
Yeah.
And then there was another section on the written part where it was like calculate the customs value, and she gave us, it was like the last question, she gave us a full page.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought I sort of knew how to do it. And I was like, considering the amount of like blank space she gave us, I feel like the way that I think I know how to do this is wrong.
Yeah. Oh, that really just makes you like doubt everything you have done.
Because I just added a bunch of stuff together and was like, I think it's this, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why there's this part of me that's like, I should probably get feedback from her, but I'm also thinking, I think I'll just study, retake the test, and if I do, hopefully I'll get like a 10.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's like the guess correction that had to have killed me.
Also, when my mom comes upstairs, I'm gonna talk to her about like me maybe changing.
Hmm.
So you guys will like hear what she has to say about it.
Well, if you want to have a private conversation with your mom, we can stop the live stream because you'll be coming on next week.
Yeah, I know, but like it's just gonna be like short because I know that she'll want to like get into her bed. Like I will probably just be like, "Hey mom, what do you think about like if I would like do maatschappelijk werk?" And she would be like, "Well, if you want to do it, then just contact whoever you have to contact." Then
Stay
I'll
in
just be like,
business.
"Well, I contacted my thingy, my student counselor, and I'm just waiting on her response."
Hmm.
Okay. What about your books? And then I'll most likely just be like, well, I have to see about that.
It's always handy talking to upperclassmen. They sometimes have the questions of their exams, and you would be surprised how lazy some teachers are. They sometimes just give the same exam.
That doesn't really happen in
Yeah,
ours. They always change it, at least in our thingy.
yeah, hold on. Like sometimes they just have 2 versions and switch those around for the exams and retake the next year. I could see certain teachers doing that.
I don't know. Like I know a lot of our teachers actually changed up their exams this year because of COVID.
Yeah, it
Yeah, indeed.
depends on which school you are. But like I know like for the word exam, like the first one that we had to take, like the basic word skills test that we had to take online. It was
Yeah,
like she literally stole that test online.
for real.
Yeah. And this
Oh
is just a
God.
hypothetical. I'm not saying that this happened, but theoretically, if you would have taken the questions and put them into Google, you would have found that there was a test that followed verbatim her test.
That's so stupid. I mean, I still passed and I didn't study, but still. What the fuck?
Yeah, not all do it. I have encountered two who did it. Well, I should ask because I know, I feel bad because there's this one person that I know who didn't do well on international trade and payment procedures or accounting, and they took the classes and they still failed them.
Oh God.
Like, I can't imagine that. See, that's how I feel. Like, I'm fairly confident that, yes, if I restudy for the international trade and payment procedures, that I can do well enough to pass it. I'm fairly certain that I can do better with accounting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not entirely confident with Excel. I hope I can do better. But with German, like, I'm not confident with that. Like, I think that'll just be a class that I need to retake, and then I'm not certain if I could still, because if I pass it the first year,
Yeah.
I
You
still have
still have it the
second and
second
third
year.
year. Yeah. So, like,
Like
is that going to be...
if I would have to retake the Excel exam, then I would definitely just like use the help function. Because I didn't do that the first time, and I did use it during business office skills, and I passed fucking business office skills. So that just makes me mad.
Hold on. Should be somewhere like that. I never got those teachers. I don't know. I thought like all the tests were super hard.
I didn't.
See,
That's the
that's what
stupid thing. I had I had some tests that I were blah, 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 where I was just like thinking, oh my god, that went so easy. So I thought like, yes, I'm definitely gonna pass that one. But then today, like this morning, it was just like a flipping hammer to my head. Because I was so confident. And then it was just like, no, you dumb.
Well, I was actually pleasantly surprised with some of my grades because it was like I think I got two 15s, a 14, and I did really well with my grades, like by Belgian standards, even though like by American standards, 19 is just the first loser, so I failed all of them. But what killed me are like the two classes that I hated the most. It's like I didn't pass those.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
sucks.
and that's just devastating because it's like but I am thankful because my grades are high enough that I can reuse the relaxed credits. And
Yeah,
some
mine aren't, so I don't know. I really don't know what to do about it.
well, somebody was telling me, well, you should save them for like the harder classes. And I was like, yeah, if I get in the habit of saving them, like I'll never use them. And yeah, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Excel is like one of the hard ones. And so is international payment and trade procedures just because I don't like the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about our classes. What are your predictions for the second semester, assuming that you're going to do the second semester at least?
I'm confused about almost everything. Especially what the fuck is that data research?
I
Like,
thought
come
that was
on.
like I thought it was just an economy class.
I don't know. And then we have comparative economics. Hell no.
Okay, so for second semester, we have accountancy, communication skills, comparative economics, data research and application to business decisions,
Mm-hmm.
international law and European law, introduction to philosophy, marketing management, talent development, and then there's the global issues and focus on Flanders and Europe. Are you taking that?
Yeah.
Okay, because like the course isn't open, I haven't heard anything on it. And then there's that the practical training orientation thing, but I don't have to take that. So
Why do you have to take that?
Because I did the social media team.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Okay, here's the whole thing. I wasn't going to take that. However, somebody was telling me that for the practical training thing that you had to go to places.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, so like they take us on a bus or something. They're like, oh no, you have to get yourself there. I was like, well, where do we go? And they're like, well, last year we sort of had to go to Brussels and whatnot. I was like, Brussels? I'm not driving to Brussels.
Bitch, how the fuck would I even be? How would I even get there?
You have to take the train or something. I don't know. So I was like, okay, social media team it is.
Should
I
have
mean,
told me before. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
okay, I'd like to point out I asked you and Kiana in the beginning of the year if you guys were going to do it, and you were like, no, it doesn't sound interesting.
But yeah, then I did know that stuff.
I think I might have told her, and you
Didn't
weren't
tell
there.
me.
I think you weren't there. I don't know where you were. Because I was like, yeah, I'm taking it because I don't want to take the practical training thing next semester. And the funny thing is that because I think this is the first year that they did it, and they were saying how we didn't like do all the hours required, but they're just like, so to make up for it, you have to make a video. I was like, yes, because I think in total it's supposed to be like 75 hours or something.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking maybe like the global issues class is something like similar to that, where it's not an actual class, it's just like we have to go out and do stuff. But I'm wondering, how are they going to do that with Corona?
Yeah, indeed. And indeed, the practical training may be actually really different because she posted some stuff in it, and we had to like form groups, but I don't think anybody has done that. I'm gonna try to open it.
I wasn't invited.
Well, I mean, seeing as you're not doing the practical thingy.
Well, no, I mean, I still have access to the course, but there's like nothing in here.
Wait, let me.
Oh, you mean the email that she sent?
Was it an email?
I think so. Like it was before exams.
I'm gonna see. There the. I don't even know which. Who even sent it? Wait.
It was the accounting professor. Yeah. In the second semester, on Tuesdays afternoons, February 11th, the practical orientation training will start, which will bring you into contact with the business world as much as possible.
That is why you will carry out a number of assignments and activities, both individually and in groups. For other students. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm so happy I took the social media team because, yeah, I was reading up on that. I was like, oh, that sounds so interesting, until I was like, oh, we have to work with people. Oh, but I did want to send her an email to be like, hey, if I do this, can I get extra credits that I could use somewhere else? Because that would be interesting.
Okay, I know. It seems bullshit to me.
No.
That's my problem with a lot of things. I always think, oh yeah, that's bullshit.
What is this? It's pot. That's funny. I'm going to send an email afterwards to ask about if it would give me extra credits.
Oh my god. It's indeed pot.
Because, like, that's the only thing that would be interesting. So I think that one is, like, worth 3 credits.
It's 5.
Oh, then maybe I could take that and not take German for this year.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't drop German.
You're gonna have to work on it.
I'm gonna have to move to Germany so that I can learn German.
I don't know.
Go to the German-speaking side of Belgium.
That's very, very tiny.
Well, I think it was last week that I was saying, oh, I need to go to Germany so that I can speak German. And like all the Belgians who watched were like, you could just go to the speaking side of Belgium. It was like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. And they're like,
Basically, you could. You want to do a road trip to there?
it's not a really good road trip. That's what, like 4 hours?
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
even.
Google Maps. Let's see.
What
We
even is the?
know Reninen, and then we're gonna get directions to Germany. And I'm just gonna say, oh, okay, no. Hold on, where's the border? Okay, well, to go to like the center of Germany, because I don't know where this is, let's drag the
6
location.
hours.
We'll just go here. Okay, to go to Essen is 3 hours, which is just outside the border. And it would be super fun because I think we have to go through the Netherlands.
I don't think. Oh, yeah, we might actually have to. Wait.
I've never been to the Netherlands.
I think I have. I'm not really sure. I mean, I've been to like Sluis.
Okay, there's like this little dip of the Netherlands. Like, why can't Belgium just own that little part?
I don't know. Like I've basically been to the Netherlands because I've been to Sluis, but like that's a real long time ago.
Yeah, so it's only like 3.5 hours. And that's assuming that we go all the way to Essen. Like, let's see, if we
Yeah.
go to
Like,
this place here, that's
what's
only
the big
3
city? Is
We
it
could go
Berlin?
to we
Oh
could
my
go to
god, that's really very far.
Okay, how far is it?
Well, it's probably gonna be.
Where's Berlin? I'm assuming oh, it's over there.
It's loading the time to drive there. It's almost 8 hours.
Oh yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing, honey. We're basically on the border of an entirely different country then.
Okay, here's the whole thing. You come from Belgium and your country's really tiny and like you can leave it in like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Like 8 hours if I'm in West PA is probably like to get to the other side of Pennsylvania.
Like you could drive 8 hours and you're still in the same state.
Yeah.
That's a sad, sad part of just America. Like imagine you would want to go from like the East Coast to the West Coast.
3 days.
How long? How long?
3 days if you're driving for like we'll say 16 hours and only stopping for gas and to sleep for like 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something I talked about this in my last stream where Prince Charming drives and then he stops like every 2 hours for a break. And that drives me nuts.
I mean, it's already quite a long time.
No, you only stop for gas. That's it.
Like, I mean, if we go to the Ardennes, which is already kind of a long time ago, like we first drive to like, Wallonia, and then we stop there for like breakfast. Usually it's even like not that far, but still, whatever. Like that's been like what, a 2-hour drive, so like we leave at like 5:30, 6. And then when we arrive there, it's like 7:38. And then it's like only like half an hour until we're there. See, that's nice because then you still have like an entire day. And then
Okay,
when it's like 5 p.m. or something, then we were like, okay, now we're gonna go home.
okay, no, this is how like a road trip when we would go to Colorado, which took 2 days, would start. We'd go to bed at 6 and get up at 2 and start driving. So
Oh,
that we could miss all the traffic and like not hit any rush hour. And we would just drive and drive and drive and drive. And the worst state in or not in Pennsylvania, but in the US, is Kansas. It's a horrible state because you can literally go to sleep, wake up hours later, and you're still in Kansas. And Kansas is boring and flat, and it just has grass. Like, I
yeah,
remember being little and driving through Kansas and being like, please let the clouds turn into a tornado. Because I was that bored.
what the fuck was wrong with you?
It
Come
was
on,
so boring. Like, normally when you're on a long road trip, like, the landscapes are really pretty, especially if you're going out west, because you have to go over the Appalachians, which is this beautiful mountain range, and it's lovely. But then you start to get to the Midwest where it's just flat, and that's where all the tornadoes are. And that's like the only interesting part about it is that could there please be a tornado, because it's as far as the eye can see of grass, and you drive for hours on end and it's just grass. And you start to wonder if the car broke down, we'd probably die because there's just grass and there's nothing. Like, there's not farms, there's no towns, it's just grass.
uh,
And see, what freaks me out sometimes is that I've gotten so used to Belgium that the few times that we go to France and we drive for like 20 minutes and there's no civilization, it freaks me out. Because you can't drive that long in Belgium without there like being a house or something.
yeah.
And I was thinking, oh my gosh, Belgium's ruined me, because when I go home, like, it's really normal to drive hours on end and there just be nothing.
Yeah, no, we don't have that. And I'm glad we don't have that. Oh my god. It sounds awful. Oh,
I wouldn't like to go where there are tornadoes. Well, my
yeah.
cousin married somebody who's from like the Midwest where Tornado Alley is. And it's really funny because she grew up with them. So for her, it's like she doesn't get phased by it. So when there are tornado warnings, she's like, oh no, we don't need to go to the tornado like cellar because everybody has a tornado cellar. Like, it
Yeah.
comes with the house. She's like, no, it's not that bad. Like, you'll know. Once it starts to hail, that's when we'll want to go in. And my cousin, who comes from Colorado, where they have lots of blizzards, and he doesn't get like freaked out by snow. Like, they've gotten snowed into their house because like the snow just covered the door. Where I like lost my mind, like, oh my god, we're gonna die in here like some Stephen King novel. Yeah, he's afraid of tornadoes and she's afraid of blizzards. And then I grew up on the East Coast where we have hurricanes and flooding, and I'm just like, yeah, it's not that bad. We won't die. And you don't have any of that in Belgium.
We
Like,
already freak out if it's like raining very heavily and like when it's just storming or like when it's finally just like snowing, already just hell breaks loose. Then accidents in like 1 hour, especially on like the highway. Accidents everywhere, people are falling, nothing
yeah,
goes right.
I guess it's the same with hail for us versus for you. Okay, here's the whole thing with weather in Belgium. Is that for me, when it hails, that's normally a sign of tornadoes, because we do occasionally get tornadoes in Pennsylvania, or it's a sign of a hurricane. Like, you don't just randomly get hail. There's like a bigger storm. So I swear you get hail all the time in Belgium. And it's just like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's not
And for me,
special.
it freaks me out because like the wind is going, it's howling, it's shaking the shutters. You feel like the house is going to blow down. It's like, is there a tornado? Like, do we need to go into the basement? It's like, no,
I know
it's just
it's
raining.
normal. Just raining. Nothing special.
See, and that freaks me out.
Like if it's just raining very heavily, hailing, wind, we don't care. We're just like, peace.
It was like a couple days ago. It was howling. The wind was going so bad. He's like, I wish it would shut up because I'd like to go to sleep.
Oh yeah, no, I'm used to it.
And why are you crying? What?
Aw.
Stop pushing your butt against me. I'm not gonna fuck you.
She's probably thinking, I want you to go to bed. I am
I want to go
tired.
to bed. I want to go to bed and I want to cuddle. But I'm not going to bed. Oh my god.
The worst we have is normal thunder and rain for days.
Yeah.
No,
When I
the
was a
worst
kid, I
you
was kind of
have
scared
are
of
like
thunder.
all 4 seasons in one day.
What?
You have all 4 seasons in one day. That's like right now it's winter.
Mhm.
Except it's not really winter weather because today it was raining and it was like warm enough that you didn't even need like a jacket, just
Yeah.
like a nice sweater and maybe a scarf. And watch and see, like next week, it'll go back down to 0 and we'll have ice. And it'll be like,
Yeah.
who turned on the freezer?
We like I don't know in which season it is, but like we can wake up, it's raining. Then like afternoon, it's just sunny as fuck, kind of hot. You can just walk around with like just a t-shirt on. And then by the time that it's like 5 p.m., 6 p.m., you're already like, what the fuck? Why is it so cold?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Oh, I know which month it is. September. I hate that month. Because like, especially when you have to go to school, because like in the morning it's raining, in the afternoon it's sunny as fuck, and by the time you have to go home, you're gonna be freezing as fuck.
Or when you see people in their shorts when it's freezing.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if like this is a Belgian thing or if this is normal, but I had the biggest culture shock when I first came here and I saw all these people cycling in winter, like in shorts
Yeah.
and like a t-shirt. I mean, I'm there in like I had stockings, leggings, a long wool skirt, like a tank top, a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, my winter coat, 2 scarves, and a hat, and I'm freezing my butt off. I mean, I was thinking, I'm going to die. It's so cold. And here comes a whole bunch of people in shorts and a t-shirt on their bikes. And I was like, I was so confused. I was like, it is cold. Like, I can feel the cold.
Yeah, I can't explain it either.
And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe they're extra warm because they're cycling. But I've cycled during the winter. It's colder because you have all the wind.
If you have good jacket, it's not really that cold.
It's like the only thing I don't like about Belgium is you guys have too much wind. And I swear, if you're cycling, you're always going against the wind.
Yep,
Like,
I hate that.
it doesn't matter what direction you're going. Like in the morning, you're against the wind. In the afternoon, you're against the wind.
And if you have the wind in your back, then all your hair is just in into your face and you can't see anything. That's not fun either.
Oh, I think it was my 3rd year. It was so windy. The wind pushed me off my bike.
I mean, you're the same person that falls off their bike when they're just like riding their bike, so it doesn't surprise me, but still.
Okay, my bike accident was because I was going over train tracks and my wheel got caught in the train track because I didn't do it right. So that was right. But no, it was really bad because I could feel it pushing me. And I was like, I'm going to fall off my bike. Like I could feel it. And so maybe I psyched myself up. But there were these like gust of winds that would come because when you go through a town and I swear like the town sort of funnels the wind.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened is because I was going through a town and the wind funneled and it was just and I was like, bam. Just like I fell over.
That must have been so funny to see that.
And see, the only saving grace, and I think why I didn't get hurt, is because it was uphill. And I was going really slow because it was uphill, and I was like against the wind. It was just like, boom. Oh, but it was a bad day because there's this other little hill that I go down, and normally I can just coast, and the wind was blowing so hard that I wasn't coasting down. I had to pedal down the hill.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like that's how hard the wind was blowing. I was like,
God damn. That's some weird ass wind you got.
oh.
But yeah,
No,
indeed, the sudden winds can like make you fall. That's true.
if I remember correctly, it was like the 2nd or 3rd year, and it was like a really bad windstorm because there was a bunch of trees that fell over. Like there was lots of damage. Like I remember, we lived close to a cemetery, and like all the trees like in the cemetery blew over.
Oh my god.
So I probably shouldn't have been out. Hold on. I just walk with my bike if the wind blows too hard. See, that's probably why Belgians get into bike accidents because they're smart.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I
I
feel like
don't know because I saw somebody riding their bike just like holding a package like this
yeah.
the whole way, and I was like, don't your arms get tired? That doesn't seem safe.
I don't get how people do it because I would just fall, but I'm the same person who doesn't have any balance.
Can you ride a bike without holding the handlebars? I see people do that. Like
Yeah,
they'll be on
I
their
see that
bike,
every day, and I'm just like,
that's it.
how do you do that?
Or they'll like be reading a book or they're studying. It's like, how do you do that? What wizardry is this? Share the magic. My husband can do that. He can ride the bike without holding on the handles.
Yeah, no, I'm way too scared when I'm driving. Well, when I'm riding my bike.
And he was trying to teach it to me. He's like, well, you have to be going a certain speed. I was like, uh-huh. And he's like, okay, go a little bit faster. Okay, now let go. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, no, that's not going to work.
Well, I mean, I can like ride with like one hand, but like not with no hands.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I
just
can
not-
do with one hand. Like, I do that all the time. But, like, people who are just like this, like, not holding on to anything,
Yeah,
they
no,
must be really good at unicycles. That's all I can think.
indeed. Kevin, don't say easy because you haven't like you don't even know where your fucking bike is. So don't say it's easy.
I like how he has a little cat face. And
Mhm.
then I can for a bit. My brother can even. How can you turn without a hands?
How do you do that?
Well, his brother is an elf, so.
Right.
Okay, Ronnie, you have a bike, right?
Yeah,
You wouldn't be very Belgian if you didn't. How many bikes do you have that belong to you?
only one.
Okay.
Why would I need more than one bike? I have one very good bike.
Well, no, I read somewhere that the average Belgian has like 1.5 bikes. So that means like half of you have one and the other half must have like two. But some people have like their mountain bike that they do for trails and then like their commuting bike.
Oh yeah, no. I just have my normal bike. It's like it's a good bike. I've had it since I was like 12. Like I have my bike, my mom has a bike, and my dad has a bike. Because like right now we don't really like ride around with our bikes that much. But like the moment that it's like spring or like summer, we're definitely just like on Sunday afternoons, we're just gonna go for a ride.
We do that with the kids. They enjoy that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really like about Belgium is that you have like prodigy children when it comes to cycling. Cause like I didn't learn to ride a bike without training wheels, I think till I was like 7 or 9.
I mean, yeah, same.
But like I saw like my mother-in-law got the children this like bike. It didn't have pedals, it was like a push bike, but it didn't
Yeah.
have training wheels. And that seems to be like the transition bike from like the little training wheel bike. Then you go to the little push bike, and then you go to one with pedals. But I saw little children like 2, 3 years old already on a normal bike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that to me was
Like
like,
a little thingy where they have to push just with their feet is what we use when they're like starting to like walk.
yeah,
And then they go to like someone with training wheels, and like if they're getting the hang of that, then we teach them to like ride a bike with no training wheels.
yeah. See, that's insane to me. 'Cause that's one thing that I love is like whenever summer comes out, you see all these little kids and like little kids, like 2, 3 years old. They're super little, and they're already on normal bikes. It's
Yeah, if you just teach them, they get a hang of it really quick. It's just all about balance.
like, well, no, I'm thinking like of all the people that I know back home who don't even know how to ride a bike.
But those are Americans. That's the thing. For what the fuck do they have to use their bike to go everywhere by car?
Well, it would take so long if you used a bike because everything's so close.
Why do you think we use a bike? I can use my bike to go to the train station. It's only like 5 minutes if I go by bike.
Oh, hold on. Those push bikes were fun. I remember that kids fought over them in kindergarten.
Yeah. They fight so much about it. Oh my god.
I didn't realize
Incredible.
I didn't realize that was a thing. No, that was also something that was interesting to me is that for my children's first school, a lot of the parents would ride their bikes with the children to school,
Yeah.
and then they like had a little bike park at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
But it's very normal for kids to go to school by bike.
Yeah, not for us. Like I lived right next door to my elementary school, and I could have walked, but because there wasn't a sidewalk,
Ja. Laat dat aan. Papa, wil je dat lam springen? Gadver. Ja.
hello, Ronnie's mom.
Wait.
Hello.
Hallo.
Hoe gaat het?
Zo vroeg dat ging.
Hi. Hi.
Slap al.
You weren't gonna ask her your question?
Wanneer kan je hier nog? Kijk, ik heb nog niet veel gedronken. Ik kan overlaten van elkaar in. Slaap al. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna ask it now.
Slaap lekker.
And my other dog that has dementia is barking. It's so stupid to have a dog that has dementia. It's annoying, honestly.
Did your mom bring you a soda?
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's
asked
so
her
nice.
to bring something.
Dr. Pepper is better.
I've never had it.
Yeah, it's hard to get. You have to go to the foreign section.
Yeah. Also, I can't even remember the time that I've gone to a store where they actually have like food and everything. Can't remember.
Whenever we go to school, I think on Tuesday, that if I can find some and we go back to school, I will bring you some on Tuesday.
Great.
And then you can bring me those pink candies.
Ah, smoothie traggers. Yes.
Yeah, because hold on. I found these, which I thought they sort of look like them because they have powder on them, but I don't think it's them.
It's not exactly the same.
Because you said that the powder should be sour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not sour, it's sweet.
The powder is just a very sour part.
Oh, yeah. Of course,
I
it could be.
What are you doing there? Minus.
I
Hey, Dad.
thought you were talking to your mom.
No, it's to my.
I was just sort of imagining your mom like looming, like, what are you doing?
No, she wouldn't do that. She's probably already in bed. Minus. Kom daar van. Oh, I just saw a really old picture of me and my first dog.
Oh.
It's tiny me just laying in bed. No, not in bed. What is that? Is that our couch? I think it's our couch that we had. Wait, give me a sec. I'm gonna grab it. It's not that far, but I can grab it. Also, yes, I'm under my covers because it's cold.
You have doggies on your covers.
Yeah, it's one of the first covers that I bought for my big bed. Like on the inside, it's hearts.
Oh, that's so cute. So it's like reversible.
Yeah.
Now you just need a bunch of stuffed animals and more pillows.
Well, I mean, I don't know where my stuffed animals are. Somewhere. But look, this is the photo that I saw.
Oh my goodness, you're so tiny.
Yes, I was like 5 years old. 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, I feel like Kevin is a bit biased. That cover is cute, to be honest.
But Kevin is a simp. He thinks everything is cute. Also, I just noticed here in the corner, there's like a doll. Those were one of those baby born dolls. And they were so freaking expensive. They were like $50. Well, 50 euros for like one doll. Just the basic.
I remember having a baby so real. What is wrong with finding something cute as a male?
There's nothing wrong with it. But I know that he's a simp.
No, I will say that I do think that there's something wrong with society where they're extra judgy with men. Because here's the thing. My son is obsessed with Disney princesses.
I mean, why not?
Like, he collects them. Okay, and I remember, like, sharing that with somebody, and they're like, oh, so your son's gay. I was like, he has
No,
a
he's
harem
not.
of women. How does that make him gay?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, liking Disney princesses makes you gay.
Like, I was so shocked by that because I literally asked my son, like, oh, so you like Belle and you like Ariel and you like Jasmine and you like Aurora. And I was like, how come? And he's like, well, there's one for every day. And I was like, oh, so you wanna marry all of them? He's like, yeah.
But like, was it the same one that also wants to marry me?
Oh, they both want to marry you.
Oh, now it's both?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine by me. They're cute anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, the one who originally wanted to marry you is also the one that likes the Disney princesses, and he is totally a womanizer, which I guess makes him gay.
What?
No, I've been told that because people are like, oh, he really likes dolls. And it's like, yeah, because he thinks they're pretty. Like, I think he was still at that age where he didn't understand, like, this isn't an animate object, it's not real.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mama, she's so pretty, can I marry her? It's like, oh, sweetie, she's a doll. You can't marry an inanimate object. I mean, not legally anyway, but you know, when you get older, there are people who like inanimate objects, and mommy wants to be supportive, so you can do that. But you can fall in love with a girl or a boy, whichever you want, you know? But he's never been interested in boys. Like, there's somebody at school, and he's like, oh, I really like her, and I want to marry her. And I was like, does she know that? No. And it's like, do you...
kind of. But you know what? It's all right.
But
What the fuck?
we've had like some issues because he'll go up to people and be like, you're really pretty.
I mean, I would be like, thank you.
Well, see, it's okay over here because people are like, they understand, oh, this is just a child. But like, it's been an issue sometimes in the US because people like, I'm sort of worried that people would be like, oh, your son sexually harassed me, I'm pressing charges.
He's a child.
Yeah. No, it's like I want to say this is probably like a year ago where we were at a store and he saw this woman and he says, you're so pretty. Will you marry me? And she's like, oh, you're so adorable, but you're too young. And like, he does this thing where like he gets all shy and cute. And I was like, you are going to be such a womanizer when you grow up. Like, I feel it. Like, there are going to be so many papas at my door being like, your son broke my daughter's heart.
And then you will have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Ugh, my God.
Wow, why would you get angry at a child for that? Because it's the US, it's so weird.
They get angry for everything.
Like, my children really like to hug. And we've had to sort of teach them, like, okay, you can't hug everyone because that is sort of weird because, like, they get really excited, like, with random people who just deliver packages. They're like, oh my gosh, you brought us a package. And then they hug them and they're like, thank you. And it's like, okay, that's really sweet, but you don't hug people because some people have personal boundary issues. Like, you need to respect that. You know, you can give a high five, especially with COVID, like, don't touch people. But like in the US, you can't do that. That's legit. There have been stories where like little children, 6-year-olds, have been sued for sexual harassment. And it's like, it's a 6-year-old.
Like, what the fuck is that child gonna do?
Like, I don't get that because normally it would be the other way around that like okay, this adult was into the child, that's pedophilia. But like if a child is into an adult, that's sexual harassment. That makes no difference. That like it makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
Like
it's a child.
my children think that there aren't dinosaurs and unicorns where we live because we live in Belgium. And like we told them, no, they're all dead. They were destroyed by an asteroid. And my son's like, no, they're alive. And I was like, well, why do you think that? And he said, because of Dino Dana, which is this TV show that has dinosaurs. But it takes place in America, so that's where the dinosaurs live. Which, if you think about it, is actually really smart. There's like, I saw them on TV, therefore they are real. But it's like, sweetie, that's CGI. It's fake. Wait.
Oh my god, why? Why that one? Oh my god.
What is that?
Kabouterklus is like
One of the characters of like this TV show that was really popular when we were kids. And they were like all like, what the fuck even are kabouters in English?
I'll look it up. Because I think I know the show that you're talking about.
Yeah, because you had like kabouterklop, kabouterkwabbel, kabouterklus. And then like, kabouterlui? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I do know. I just didn't know the characters' names. Yeah, because they have like the funny hats and beards and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really fun show. But if I would look back at it now, I would just be like, what the fuck?
Oh,
my
are they
nose.
supposed to be gnomes? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think they're gnomes. Yeah.
Well, I never actually watched the show. I've just seen pictures of it, and people reference it a lot. So I think I learned about it when I was taking web design.
Yeah.
Looking back, I don't know why I wasn't scared of them. And then brain work. Your written English is really good. Forgetting not is like really normal. Half the time I forget it. Well, no, see, I can forgive that type of thing because I think that's like a common like native English speaker mistake. But like if you're mixing up the order of the verbs, that becomes more annoying.
Yeah. My cat was licking my vodka bottle. Come here.
Well, she's thirsty.
Dicky. Yay!
Oh, my cat left me. I knew she wasn't going to stay. It's too cold.
Look, she has a little fat belly. Ba-dong! She's now just like, help me.
It's just that my brain goes faster than my typing skills.
Why do we have saggy titties? Your sister doesn't have saggy titties. Why do you have saggy titties?
Because she's old?
But she's not that old.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's weird.
Stop body shaming her.
But I'm not body shaming her, but it's just strange because, like, two of my cats that got fixed, I don't know, the breast kind just, like, sagged. And then for my oldest one, they didn't do that. She has a nice flat tummy. And this little, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. If she walks, you can just like see them swinging around.
Ah,
See, that's why I find it strange because like it's not like she's fat, but I guess it's
I would guess.
hormones.
Yeah, go and ask the vet.
I don't even know which vet fixed Nanu, and I don't know which one fixed.
Well, didn't you take her in for checkups? Just be like, oh yeah, by the way.
We actually never do that because like there's nothing wrong with them ever.
You don't get them shots?
They don't go outside, so no.
Ah, okay, you have
They
indoor
got
cats.
their like beginning shots when they were tiny, but now they don't.
No, see, I need to take Tuna to the vet. She has worms again.
Oh,
She constantly has worms.
I'm thinking when my dog needs pills again. Because I heard my mom mention something about the pills for my dog, my oldest dog, the one with like the heart problems, are nearly running out.
Uh,
So fun. But literally, if you ever get a dog, I'm not gonna say don't get a King of Lear because they're such sweet dogs. But be prepared for heart problems. I have. Wait, I'm gonna name all my cats. So, I have Nanu, Minus, Mintje, Gucci, Chanel, and Musti. So those are. I have 5 cats and 2 dogs. And when it comes to my dogs, I have a golden retriever and a King Cavalier.
I have a cat and 2 children. And children are like almost like a dog, so.
But I'm gonna be honest, my golden retriever basically has like it's basically just a child. He's so active and like he basically acts like a child. Because he gets so attached to things that he literally throws a tantrum when we take it away. Nah, not 6 cats. No, wait, yeah, 6. I just can't count. Who cares?
I would be surprised if I don't know my neighbors. One of them at 18. Holy crap.
I think the most we had was like 10.
The most I had was 6, and that was after my stupid cat got pregnant and gave birth.
Yeah. I think for me it was something like that as well.
And then we paid to have them all fixed, and then they ran away. Stupid cats.
The other one has made
Ah, okay.
dogs, cats, goats, sheep, doves, fish, alpacas, and what?
In Belgium? How did you get a kangaroo in Belgium?
A pony!
I was like the only person in my family who did not own a pony. I found that out at my wedding because I was complaining. I always wanted a horse or a pony. And like everybody at the table got really silent and they're like, you didn't have a pony growing up? It's like, no, did you? And they were like, yeah. Like everyone at the table had a pony except for me.
I've been really trying to convince my parents to get a goat or like 2 goats, but they don't want to.
No, see, I want to get chickens because I want eggs. And I'd like to
Oh, get chickens!
well, the whole thing is I want chickens that are going to make me money.
Well, that's not hard to find.
But we'll see. I think the issue is that whenever I look stuff up, it's always from the US. And in the US, people just like to like waste money on stupid stuff. And like I know that there'll be like an investment because I'll need to buy the chickens and I'll probably need to buy the chicken coop.
Yeah.
But then after that, like I've read that, oh, you need to give them this special feed or they won't lay eggs. It's like, I thought you just gave them leftovers. Like whatever you don't eat for dinner, like you can give it to the chickens.
I mean, we just give them like some extra food. I mean, they get like the vegetables, like the leftovers they get, and like from the potatoes and everything. But otherwise, they get like, I don't know, it's some kind of like mixture. It's like an entire bag, and it's not a lot of money. I told you have to go to the Floralux. If you want to get like things for the chickens, just go to the Floralux. Take your husband with you. He can speak Dutch. Let him explain it. They're not gonna like give you extra stuff for it.
And then I want to get a bunny because the womanizer really wants a bunny. And it's one of those things where I was like, no, I'm not getting him a bunny. And then his school took him to this farm and the farm had bunnies and they took a picture of him with the bunny and he looked so happy. It was like, oh, we need to get him a bunny now.
Just gonna keep count of what she has anymore. Well, if they have a lot of pets, it's normal. They can't keep count of it anymore.
And then I have chickens, built my own coop. They definitely need to have some a grain.
Yeah, it's with grains and everything. And in wildlands, there are foxes, hedgehogs, and hares. Yeah, I think there are wolves again in Belgium, but like it's very like in the Ardennes.
Because that's my whole thing is that if we're going to have chickens and I'm going to be able to sell it to Prince Charming so that we can get chickens, like the chickens are going to have to pay for themselves. So like we can invest stuff, but over time they're going to have to pay for that investment back. You know what I mean?
By basically saving money because you don't have to buy eggs yourself.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is that like what I was reading is that like the feed that people were saying that the chickens need was super expensive. So by the time you broke it down, you were only making like 2 cents per egg that your chicken laid.
Like my grandma gives us like money every time she gets like 4 eggs from us. And like every time my dad needs to get like food for them, he just pays it with like the money that he saved up that from what he got from my grandma.
See, I was thinking, like my host family, they had chickens, and I don't think they actually bought feed, but they also ate like really healthy stuff, like organic stuff, like homegrown in their garden. I don't think they actually ever went to the grocery store. They bought stuff at the market all the time, and so everything that the chickens ate came from like, oh, this is our leftovers, and that's what the chickens ate. So like they would make eggs and the chickens always got the eggshells because apparently calcium is really important in their diet.
Yeah, that's what makes them actually like be able to like make eggs.
And then they got lots of pasta and like all this like peelings from the vegetables, any vegetable leftovers.
Also, what I found really funny, how the hell did the doves get like 5 times to you already? How did that happen? I've never gotten any problems with doves.
Wait, do you mean like doves or pigeons?
Well, pigeons, but we basically see them as the same thing.
Oh, okay. And by got me, do you mean like they pooped on you?
I mean, probably. They poop on everything and everyone.
I amazingly, had gone through the whole of my life without ever being pooped on by a bird. And then I
Same,
moved to
but yes,
Belgium.
they did indeed poop on him. 5 times already. Okay, yeah. I get why you consider them your arch enemy.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. There's also this one. If you have enough chickens to produce enough eggs, you can make money. Well,
Mhm.
I think with the size of my backyard, I think we'd only be able to have like 3.
That's already enough. That's like 3 eggs every day. I don't
Okay.
think you eat 3 eggs every day.
Well, it depends. It's like 10 euros for 20
Yeah,
kilos worth of
it's
food.
cheap.
Okay, it's cheap. Yeah, doves are the things that you use during weddings, and pigeons aren't.
But you see here, it's still the same thing.
There's no, I just looked it up and it says there's no difference between a pigeon and a dove in a scientific narrow nomenclature, but colloquial. Oh my gosh, why can't I speak English anymore? Oh, it has to do with the size.
I just know that like doves they use at like weddings are just white. That's the only difference.
Well, according to Google, they're also smaller.
I guess. But like the only difference is that like in Dutch we call them tortelduifjes.
Turtle.
Tortelduifjes, not turtles.
Oh yeah,
Take
that
a
would be
small
field
pardon.
top.
Oh. My rule for school and some got hit on her head. Ooh. I feel bad for the girl.
Okay, no, that's where I got pooped on. I was sitting outside waiting for my kid to finish with school, and then I just felt something on my head. I was like, and I thought it was rain. Because I thought it was just like some random drop of water, and then I would touch it, and it's like, oh, it's bird poop. I was so sad. And I was like, oh, it's in my hair. And I was like, oh, I just washed it.
I would be so fucking pissed. There was splash damage. 5 kids. Oh,
Oh my god.
what kind of pigeons do you guys have? Oh my god.
Where do you live? Because I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I'm gonna like try to not go to that area ever.
Okay, honey. What is the chance that would happen?
Yeah,
Only in
indeed. What's
Belgium.
the chance? God
It's
damn.
Belgium because you guys have like churches and all the churches are dedicated to the pigeons.
Yes.
Like, I don't get that. What's like this obsession with the pigeons?
We are not obsessed with the pigeons. The pigeons are obsessed with us.
Okay. My cat brought home a pigeon once. Like, not dead, because she'll bring home dead stuff, but when it comes to pigeons, she just brings them alive inside the house.
Oh my god. I got jump scared by my cat.
And then the sad thing is that the one time she did it, the pigeon was just like, I like it here. I'm gonna live here. And I'm like, okay, the bird needs to leave. I also see a lot of pigeons in Kortrijk. I always keep looking up my eyes on them. I don't trust it.
I haven't really. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of pigeons at Kortrijk.
Well, I'm only ever at the school, so I don't know. Also, it's winter. I feel like there are less birds.
I honestly don't even know.
I don't pay attention to them. I'm more or less complaining like it's raining. Like, screw this weather. It's winter. It's not supposed to rain. Except it's Belgium, so of course it is.
Yeah, true.
Except at least in the US, we have snow. Over here, you get rain, and it's cold rain. Except for today, because it was warm.
I honestly don't even know.
I know because I went outside to go grocery shopping because I saw my grades. Oh, no, there's a story. Last night, no, the night before, my husband asked, "So are you nervous about tomorrow?" And in my mind, I'm thinking, tomorrow, Saturday. It's like to go grocery shopping. And I'm freaking out because I thought, oh crap, there was something due for school. I haven't started it yet. And I was like, what's tomorrow? And he's like, you get your results. And I was like, oh yeah, that is tomorrow. And I
Oh my
completely
god.
forgot. And my mind was so blissful. And then he reminded me of it. And I could not go to sleep last night. And I stayed up really late and I was like, okay, no, I'm going to go lay in bed and I'm going to go to sleep now. And my mind was like, what are you going to do if you failed all your classes? I was like, then I'll just retake the exams and I'll go to sleep. It's like, oh, but that's going to be such a pain if you have to retake all the classes. And I just kept thinking that, like, I'm going to fail. And then I woke up at 6. I was like, okay, I can get up and go check my results, but it was 6. It's like they're not going to be released till 8. I got up at 8:30 and they still weren't released.
I think mine got released around like a quarter to 10 because my mom came in my room and she woke me up and she was like, did you see your results yet? I was like, what? No, I just woke up. What? I'm just gonna so be it. So she was just like, but you failed 3 classes. And I was like, okay, yeah, great, thanks. But then I couldn't sleep because my anxiety started. I was like, you failed. You failed. You failed. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna start my laptop. And then I cried.
No, I messaged you on Instagram because I thought, okay, well, maybe it's just a me thing because they said they were going to be released by 8 a.m. and it was already 8:30.
It was just the earliest time they said it.
Oh, I missed that. And so I was freaking out about that. And then I started playing on my phone because I found the email and they said, we'll send you an automated email when your results are released. And then I was like, ooh, we got an email. And I was like, ooh, I failed.
Yeah.
Well, my results got released at 4 p.m. Lucky you.
Oh, that's so late.
Well, see, I don't know because like the whole getting them in the morning, the whole Saturday was ruined.
Yeah, that's true though.
Like I saw that and I was like, oh, I should probably do a video about the results. And that's because you said that you were really upset. I was like, well, you enjoyed the live stream last time. I was sort of hoping it would like lift your spirits because it like I saw this. It's like, oh wow, I was so happy with some of them, but like I really wasn't expecting to fail anything besides German.
Yeah, me too. So it was kind of like, I don't know. It hurt.
Is that February 7th to get your results?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna be the 2nd of July.
No, here's the thing. I know that you do day month in Europe, but my brain does not function that way. And so I have like the whole social media team. I have 2 normal posts and then a video post that I need to do. And it's due Jan, Feb, March, April, May. May. So the 5th month. And I was looking at the email and it's 5/1. And I was like, oh my God, it was due on January 5th and I didn't do it. And I had this whole sheer moment of just like dread and panic. It was like, oh wait, no, no, it wasn't January 5th.
Oh God.
Oh, he's going to bed. It is getting late.
Yeah, indeed.
I had my last exam yesterday. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
and then I get that
Yeah.
they give it.
Because I think all the exams were finished by Friday, and then they had all the retakes this past week
Yeah.
for the people who missed them.
Yeah,
Because
to like.
our last, well, I don't know. I think we had the last test on the 20th. Because I don't recall any exams being after the 20th.
I don't know.
Because
I
we saw,
really don't know.
unless it was like for other people. But I don't know. But yeah, so he's been done since the 22nd. Because I'm trying to think, who was it? The one guy that I know who's in the year above us, his last exam was the 19th, which was great.
Mhm.
Okay. But I am going to say, I think that it's getting late because I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, it is getting late.
So I think perhaps we should let everybody go. Everybody can go to bed. And then Ronnie will be back next Friday, we're going to say,
Yes.
to discuss our impressions of the first week of returning to school because we start classes again on Monday. And so we'll spill all the tea and all that.
Yes, indeed.
Or we'll spill the Jenever, if you will.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, so thank you everybody for coming, and we will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye.